Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 3 Dudecast.
You all right?
I'm fine. Just ignore me.
My name's Dan, and I'm the host this time.
Hi, Dan.
But never fear, there's still the other regular 3 dudes.
Yes.
Yeah,
The 3
still
dudes
here.
you already don't care much for.
Right.
Thanks, Dan.
These assholes.
What the fuck are you doing?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Thanks, Dan. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's season 3, episode 5
right.
of the
Wow.
3 Dudecast.
That's right. Our
And,
fifth episode of the season.
I'm the host.
Yeah, that's interesting. We have never actually had anyone
It's me.
fully host.
It's Dan.
Yeah, it's Dan.
Wait, I just realized, am I not a dude?
You're dude.
You're a dude.
As Kel Mitchell famously said, we're all dudes.
Right, but
I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude out there.
Yeah.
right.
And we're all dudes.
But if it's the 3 Dudecast,
That's right. 3 dudes and some guy.
Okay.
Well, it's,
all
three
right.
it's 3 dudes plus 1 is
Yeah.
how we
Okay,
used to
okay,
notate
all right,
it.
all right, all right.
technically.
3 dudes plus 1.
Okay.
3 dudes plus 1.
I just wanted to have that existential crisis out of the way. before
So
we
just
started.
we're handing the controls of this Zeppelin over to you. Try not to hinder.
Whoa, calm down there, Snidely Whippler.
Sorry.
Snidely Whiplash?
Yeah.
Snidely Whiplash.
Yeah, the bad guy from Wacky
Yeah,
Races.
but why are we talking?
The bad guy from the movie Whiplash.
The bad guy from the Animaniacs.
The bad guy from Iron Man 2.
The bad guy from The Godfather Part 2.
Godfather Part 2. The
Which
bad
is-
guy from Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
The bad guy from Lamb Chops Play Along.
I forgot about Lamb
The
Chop.
bad guy from Lazy
I forgot about
Town.
Drake.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about 9/11.
All right.
Well, speaking of fucked,
So did George Bush.
I thought you were going to say speaking of... wait.
forgetting about
Forgetting about things.
I thought you were going
Right.
to say speaking of 9/11.
Speaking of 9/11, Dave, I would
It
like
was a
you.
national tragedy.
It was a national tragedy. Don't laugh about 9/11.
I would never laugh about 9/11.
I walked through blood and bones in the streets of New York.
God.
Never mind. I'm just doing someone else's bit.
I know.
Just ignore me.
That's
I know.
yeah, you know, that's what we do.
That's what we're good for,
Yeah,
is
right.
stealing bits.
Yeah.
What are we good for?
Absolutely
nothing.
Nothing.
And quoting song lyrics.
Right. Yeah. But yeah. Speaking of 9/11, Dave, I would like you to ask Ben why we're fucked.
You've been here enough
Nice.
times to know the art of the fake out.
Very clever. Ben, why are we fucked?
Well, I gotta be honest. I don't feel particularly fucked. Okay, actually, you know what? Why this show is fucked is because I'm on an acid reflux pill now.
You're on
and
acid?
so I'm not going to be belching as much.
Don't worry, I can help you out.
Fuck.
Dave. I can take care of that.
You know
for
what? And I've been fucking burping all day because I've been working and all I had was coffee and cereal. And now it's all gone.
Yeah, no, I'm on omeprazole now, so now my this entire cavity stops burning.
I'm actually I'm happy for you, but I'm very sad for the show.
I know, right? I'm still gonna. There's still gonna be burps here or there, but
Yeah,
farts.
if you let me borrow one of your beers,
oh,
I'll
my
take a
farts
sip
are
of that.
my farts are rank as always. It smell like.
How do you rank them?
I smell like Jimmy Hoffa's bunghole.
What? That's remarkable.
Well, he actually has Jimmy Hoffa's bug on his part vicariously.
That's
through it.
amazing. Where did you find it? We must find the rest
I
of it.
can't tell you. We can't tell you
It's just
that.
out in Camel. It's just on the side of the
okay.
road.
You know what? There's a good chance that it is actually out in Camel somewhere. There's a really good chance
Yeah.
that it's somewhere in this area.
Wow, what a crazy thought. Jimmy Hoffa's bunghole.
Anyway,
So, are you fucked because you're not fucked? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not fucked anymore, but I don't know. The show might suffer a decrease in quality
one
now
of the
that I'm not going to be
funniest
belching as much.
moments of last season was you farting. and it involved your
Not
gas.
just the fart, but your inability to keep your head on afterwards.
and the weight and breath that we gave it. We just let that fart
Yeah.
Ben,
breathe.
did you just imply that this could lower in quality somehow? As if we haven't reached the
Yeah, I'm pretty
basement
sure
yet?
we're at the bottom floor
Right.
of this thing.
Well, I'm just saying I might need a new gimmick now.
Oh, yeah.
Morty.
Hey! See, it's all hope is not lost.
I'm not going to kill myself.
Yay.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I might.
Tonight, I won't.
They'll still be around.
Yeah.
They're going to be around in a reduced capacity.
Well, that's all right.
Well, I guess that's kind of fucked then.
More tea.
More tea?
That's all I got. Other than that, I don't
Mortimer.
feel especially
right.
fucked.
Well, I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Doing all right.
All right. Well, if you're not fucked, would you allow me to explain why we're all fucked?
Oh, I would like to know why
please
you
do.
think we're all fucked.
Because
Prophesy for
there
us.
is now
Tell it on the
a
mountain.
cell phone company by conservatives
Yes.
for conservatives.
Are you talking about Patriot
I'm
Mobile?
talking about
No.
Patriot Mobile.
This has been around for a while.
I've just recently been introduced to this
crazy.
concept, and it's crazy. The website honestly reads like an Onion article, and it's fantastic.
Like an Onion article or an NRA newsletter.
Oh, yeah.
Which are very hard to distinguish.
Not hard
between.
to distinguish between the two. So I have it
Poe's
pulled up
Law.
on my phone. I'm going to read some of the fun stuff here.
Oh my god!
Will
I
it
love
explain
this.
what differentiates a conservative phone from a normal
It
phone?
really doesn't.
It doesn't. That's the
Honestly, it doesn't do much in the way of explaining what makes.
Well,
this,
if you want a phone that isn't a pussy,
Right,
Get on
yeah.
Patriot.
You know, you fucking lib cuck.
Is it entirely possible that the makers of Patriot Phone are out to get a quick buck from our conservative uncles and aunts?
Yeah.
out
Oh,
there?
they absolutely are. Yeah.
Super cynically,
Just out
that
to-
is
There's
exactly
no
what's
way they
happening.
aren't. I'm going to read you a statement from Dana Losich, who is apparently some NRA,
NRA
person.
lady. Yeah, she's big. And
Yeah, when I read this, I couldn't stop laughing for like 5 minutes. So, my cell phone provider is Patriot Mobile. I don't work with anyone else because I care about not funding progressives.
Wow,
that's a real quote.
That's an actual quote on their actual website.
It's so bizarre. It's like to think the notion that every company is populated by all of your political enemies.
Yes.
And you have to avoid spending any money anywhere.
Right.
Gosh, I kind of wish they would take this fully to the hilt and just like go dig a hole somewhere and live in that together.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that.
Nobody tell them the motherboard is made in China.
Yeah. Right. Well, I haven't even got to like the best part yet. Is the naming of their plans. So the entry tier plan is called Freedom of Speech. The next one up from that is Allegiance, and then you have the Constitution plan.
Whoa.
The Liberty plan. The Independence plan. And then there's a data only plan, but they don't actually have a clever name for that.
Because they don't want you to buy it.
Right. What I'm not seeing on here now, which I saw last time I looked at this, was they have exclusive plans for NRA members.
Yeah.
One of them called the Spirit of 76 plan, and you have to be an NRA member to be able to get access to those plans.
Wow.
So it's full tilt into that direction, and it's really kind of sad to an extent because, like as you mentioned. I'm not a conservative, as you've probably guessed by now.
Shocker of the century.
Right. I'll give you the shock of the century. You know what I'm talking about?
long distance high five up top. Woo!
But yeah, it's kind of like as you implied, it's just kind of trying to get money out of those who are so dead set against.
for sure.
I have a question
supporting
about
liberals.
this,
Yeah.
and there's probably not a readily available answer. But most of these companies, these like second tier companies, don't have their own infrastructures. They got to pay somebody
Right.
to use their towers.
So I
which
also had
liberal
that
company
question.
are they using?
Yeah, I also had that question, and that information is nowhere to be found on their website.
Yep.
Probably because the information is so terrifying to conservatives, they wouldn't want to put that on there.
Yeah, right.
Or just way beyond their comprehension as dirt diggers and
to think my hard-earned money is going to T-Mobile?
Yeah, right.
No, thank you, sir.
not in my America.
Once I got rid of Catherine Zeta-Jones, I was off board of that ship.
They say the T stands for transvestite.
Oh, if it did, I would get T-Mobile instead.
do that.
yeah, that's
right.
T-Mobile.
I would do that.
I'm interested.
Have you guys ever like been to a gay pride parade? They're
Yeah.
really fucking
not.
fun.
Right.
They're like super fun.
Yeah, gay people are way more fun than everyone else.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really are.
Yeah.
Like way more fun and like just slightly bitchier, which I love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can be, and not to
Just that-
generalize all gay people, but
Right.
they are all like
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
wow.
also all gay.
That checks out,
Yeah.
actually.
the gay part.
Wow. So Patriot Mobile is really silly to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I can only be cynical about stuff like this.
Yeah, right.
And also, like, okay, so like the one thing I haven't spent money on because I had a political reason in the last like decade has been Chick-fil-A. That's the one thing I haven't spent $1
Yeah.
at
Yeah, they're pretty terrible.
But other than that, that's it.
And the
Like,
chicken is also rubbery and garbage.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is not that good.
It's not that good.
It's just okay.
It's just a pickle brine piece of chicken.
It's not better than like Wendy's,
Yeah, but they say it's their pleasure to serve you.
is it?
They do.
They do have
they
the
do
best.
say
I will
that.
tell you, they have the best service of like any fast
They
food.
are a pleasure to buy serving.
Oh
you.
yeah.
I mean, I would
they
rather.
are.
I mean, I would rather go to work than church on a Sunday myself. I'd rather be paid for my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, that's like the one thing. Like, can you imagine living your life in that lens of carefully calculating where every dollar you spend goes and where it ends up?
I don't even think about that like in general. Like I just throw money out like the window on stuff I don't need all the time. So
Oh, right.
the fact of applying another layer to that.
How about Amazon?
Like, absurd.
Well, yeah, Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
kind of concerning, aren't they?
There was just an article today I was reading on Ars Technica about how there's a bunch of women who were, I don't know if they're still pregnant, but they were pregnant at the time, suing Amazon for not giving them like proper accommodations and
Yeah.
like, you know, time off their feet during like a 10-hour shift
Oh,
or like,
yeah.
you know, trips to the restroom that won't cut into their break time.
Amazon famously doesn't treat its workers like people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they actually have like really like super. I remember a while back they the internet picked up on the fact that they submitted like a patent application for like a workstation type thing.
Oh, I
Like,
remember this.
But it's just a cage for a
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, right.
It's just it's just putting a worker in a fucking cage.
Yeah.
They're like patent that.
It's the most dystopian thing that I could think of.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a happy workstation.
And, like, they
You'll
already-
love it.
It'll be great. You're trapped in the cage for
be
8 to
great.
10 hours.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
they already track their workers' movements to the warehouse, and if a task hasn't been progress hasn't been made on it for 5 minutes, it dispatches a supervisor.
Yeah,
like
which is
that's hellish.
Yeah. I don't want big data to run every aspect of my life.
No.
Yeah.
You said big data, and I just pictured data from Star Trek.
But just real big. It's just like 15 feet tall. And wearing brass knuckles for some reason.
I need you to get
I'm
back to your
here-
workstation.
I'm here to run your life.
It is imperative that you return to your workstation.
Just picks you up by the head and deposits you in your cage.
Yeah.
Captain, I have taken the liberty of making augmentations to my frame. I trust you will approve.
Jesus Christ!
Well, now that we've gone off the rails a little bit, Chris, I would like you to look Dave in his eyes and explain why you're fucked.
Oh, that was a good
I can't, Dad.
such a fake out.
just can't.
Why this now?
I don't know. I can't.
Why did you start doing this today?
know.
Do you have to poop or something?
No, I mean always, but no,
I don't have to poop, but I will.
I will. Yeah,
I live to poop, but I don't have to.
Right.
I'll poop, but only because I want to.
live to poop,
That's my license plate.
or poop to live.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucked because sports fans of any kind are fucking hateful, disgusting,
Yeah.
awful people.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
I did.
You're
Okay.
saying this as a Boston fan.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Well, the thing is, like, okay, after we beat the Jackets last night, I always go like whenever there's like a big football game, Ohio State plays a big game, or the Bruins do a really good like in the postseason. I always like go on the other fan page and be like, "Hey guys, you did really good this season. You have a good team." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, especially because I'm a Bruins fan,
Yeah.
Boston, New York, LA, like Philadelphia, especially, like they're shithole cities for fans.
Just gnarly fans.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like anything I can do to like break that stereotype is so
Yeah.
much, like I feel like I'm doing a service to the team that I watch. Right?
Yeah, right. You're making the community of fans of which you are a part look better.
Better, exactly. Right. So like I just went onto the Blue Jackets fan page because they were all like in mourning.
Sure.
And I was like, I said, "Hey man, you've team fucking really kicked ass and could have very easily beaten us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's nice of you to say.
And you have John Tortorella as your coach, and there's a really good chance that you're going to be right back again next year. So don't.
Oh, they're
stress about it.
definitely back next
Oh
year.
yeah. But like, and most, even when you do that, most people are like, "Oh, cool," like
Yeah,
they're
right.
like super appreciative, and But there's always that one guy who is like,
Drink bleach.
yeah, right, yeah, right, exactly. So I got that. There's that one guy who like commented on it, and he's like, "How do you feel knowing that your team, the way that your team won, he's like, you're entitled.
Oh, he sounds articulate.
Yeah, right. He's like, you're entitled to be a fan of them, but like, you got guys like Brad Marchand and Charlie McAvoy who were like out there headhunting. I can't watch any team that has like dirty players like that. And I'm like, your team had Scott Hartnell on it for years.
Yeah.
You're like the biggest fucking piece of shit the league had at the time.
Yeah.
Like that's where you're gonna lay your, you know what I mean? And every fucking team has a goon on it.
And
Yeah,
for how,
that's kind of hockey.
That's
right?
part of it.
Yeah.
for how physical that series was, it came out remarkably clean.
It did, yeah.
By and large.
It did, yeah.
Although you can't fault some of these guys for being really sad that they lost on a shutout.
Yeah.
That was a really hard way to.
Even then, that wasn't like they threw everything at Tuukka Rask in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Which hurts a little extra. You just feel super denied.
and the-
yeah,
well,
you
and
just-
the
you want
post-
something closer in a game 7, of
Sure.
course.
And the post was game 6. We beat him in 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
yeah.
There's the game 7 tonight and the game 7 tomorrow. And I just
Correct.
got it on my mind.
Yeah. But no, it was like, and the post stopped 4 goals for Tuca. You know what I mean? Like, it could have very easily been a very different game.
MVP, the post.
The post, yeah. Or as Doc Emmerich would say, hit the post with the shot. But no, it's like, dude, just fucking like relax.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Morty.
I watched my team make it all the way to the final, the Eastern final, and then fucking blow it.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
Oh God, we got swept. The Pens got swept in round
It
one.
happens.
Yeah.
What a bananas thing I would have expected to happen a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna be trading some guys away, I think.
I'm just saying, sports fans,
important
be
guys.
fucking nicer to everybody. Don't talk shit because your team is not like all the Pats fans who talk shit about everybody. They're gonna be fucking garbage when Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Enjoy being the dumpster fire of the league. Enjoy being the new Browns sometime in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, I'm more of an NBA fan than anything, and like I recently, because I'm a Cavs fan, recently had a similar thing as what you're talking about, like what's going to eventually happen with Patriots. Cavs had LeBron James for 4 seasons, and they made it to the NBA Finals all 4 of those seasons, and then he went somewhere else. And so like I kind of thought, because it's like when you are a fan of a team that is at the top of the league, you're used to a level of hatred towards your team just because they're good.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, so like one like silver lining of this is LeBron's going to be gone. So the hate train will slow down.
Yeah, a little
like, guess what? It just kept on rolling. And like the hatred towards like the Cavaliers now even still is kind of upsetting to me. Shut that fucking
I'm sorry.
God damn it!
Sorry.
Do you just need everyone to be okay with your
I
face?
just need matches. This is what I need.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They're all empty.
They're not. No.
Oh, fuck.
There's some in here.
Oh, bitch.
Yeah,
There's all kinds of stuff in here.
All right, I'll figure it out later.
We have root around in there.
just light a bunch of stuff on fire and just keep using that for a while.
It's fine.
It'll be great.
Let's keep an active
It'll
pit
be
fire
great.
in the basement.
Well, now that the 3 of us have talked about why we're fucked, I think it's time to take a break.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you son of a bitch.
With smoking and drinking.
Sons of bitches. Unbelievable.
No, please, Dave. I would like you to send us to a break.
I knew you were gonna do it. I know. I see it's happening.
Here's what I'm smoking, and here's what I'm
All right,
drinking.
I'm just gonna tell my thing whether you want me to or not.
Schmorpin.
This is like probably super unreal. Well, I don't know. You did some work today out. You were building a shed outside.
Yeah, the largest shed the North has ever seen.
Yeah, the shed of the North.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Jesus,
Joking on my own spit.
are you good?
that's hot.
Are you actually good?
No, just continue.
Okay, so here's my thing. I just started doing some woodworking stuff, which has been a lot of fun. It's been kind of frustrating and it's a little scary. 'Cause
Some might say that it's been.
it's
a lot of fun. And
Yeah,
also
It's
it's
been
scary.
very gratifying.
That's what it's been.
But the thing that's frustrating, the thing that's currently driving me crazy is trying to get perfect angle cuts. It's a thing that you
Yeah.
kind of sort of just think, okay, well, like this saw, like I can angle it, to make this cut and whatever, and that's fine, and that works decently well on like a miter saw where like the piece isn't moving around. Table saws are fucking hard to work with.
Yeah.
And like as a beginner, a lot of this stuff is kind of going over my head. So I end up joining things together and they're crooked or they don't quite go the way they're supposed. And then I take it back over to the saw and try to shave a little bit off of that piece, and then it's wrong in the other direction. Or I'll lay something out and it's like, oh look, this is like, how did I make this like an inch and a half too long? And then I take it to the saw and I cut that inch and a half off and lay it out again, and now it's an inch and a half too short. So what the fuck did I do?
It just
I was
practice.
watching you like try to construct that dice roller on last week.
That was
and-
so frustrating. Well, the thing is, that was like a real slapdash. I'm barely going to measure, just trying to put something
Yeah.
together, which is fine. That was not going to go well.
The thing is,
didn't.
it would have been functional. Like,
It was not functional.
It was definitely functional.
No, the
You just
piece
never
on the
tried it.
inside wouldn't stay. It didn't stay. I really should have used wood glue for that. Well, that's one thing I realized recently. You can use wood glue on a lot of things, and it's stronger than nails. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Wood glue is like much stronger as a joiner
Yeah.
than like you can do with nails.
Liquid nail.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. So I'm not being a
It's
smart
what
ass.
they call it.
It's basically what it is.
It's liquid nail. Yeah.
So if I had used that, that would have came out better. But yeah, so like I guess the reason I'm fucked, I'm not really fucked. I'm learning. I'm getting better at
Right.
something. And along the way, it's frustrating, and it has made me feel a little bit bad about myself. But every time I
You
learn,
should feel bad.
Yeah, I do. I generally feel bad about myself. anyway.
Yeah, right.
we've been friends with him a lot longer than you have. He feels bad about himself for everything.
Just,
And, you know,
just
true.
about everything.
For everything.
Right.
I'm always the bad guy in my head. I don't know
yes,
why that is.
I don't know why either. Knock it the fuck off. That's what I'm saying.
What if I just sat here and like had my head down and didn't speak for like the rest of the episode?
I would pause the episode and slap you.
Go watch hockey
you woke
until
up,
it fucking.
Yeah, right, we got other stuff you can do.
But yeah, so anyway, I'm getting better at this. I'm proud of myself. I'm making stuff that is cool and that I'm excited about, and I have new ideas for things to do after that.
Yeah.
And I'm coming up with stuff that actually looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
And eventually is going to be a part of my home and make my house nicer. And then when I really get good at this, I can make things that I'm proud to like give to other people, which is something I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, I've got to admit, you're getting better. You know,
Dave, I would really like you to give
a
me
little
your wood.
better all the time.
Dan, you want some wood? You
I
want
would.
wood?
Oh, I would love your wood.
I have lots of wood.
Yeah.
I would
How
admit
much do you want
you're
it?
getting better.
How much you got?
What do you want to? What are you going to do for it?
I was gonna ask you nicely.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Right. If you
I'm
could.
making a Beatles joke.
Norwegian
What? What? No, just never mind. Just go to the next segment. We'll take a break. All right.
No, never mind Nirvana. What are you talking about?
Oh my god. We're down this hole.
All
I
right.
got sticky fingers like the Rolling Stones. Am I right?
Ow. Fuck.
Damn, bro. Got some gain on that one. I heard the audio peak a little bit there.
Yeah, it did. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be fun to listen to later.
All right, Dave, you're the master of puppets. Go ahead and switch the episode. We'll take ourselves a break.
Let's do a little break.
All right, let's take a little break.
Let's take a little break.
Some might say that we'll take 5.
Yes, and
Like-
we'll be back with more 3 Dude Show.
Hey guys, you've been listening to and enjoying the 3 Dude Cast.
We hope you've been enjoying it anyway, but if you have, mash that like button.
Yeah, smash that fucking like button.
It looks like a heart on SoundCloud, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And if you really want to hear more of our stuff,
You can subscribe to us,
Yeah, or rate and review us on iTunes and Google Play.
and we're everywhere. SoundCloud, everywhere.
we're
Yeah.
always with you.
Always.
Hello and welcome back to the
All right.
Dude, yes.
All
Wow, you want to
right.
try that again? That was actually really fun.
All right.
Let's just do it again. we can derail the show.
Oh, can we?
Yeah.
And we can.
Just like lay a shepherd's toad over it.
So
That's it.
That's it.
Sorry.
So
Everybody.
we should. No, we're not gonna try that again.
You want to try it again?
I don't think we should.
Okay.
I don't feel like we should.
Good.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
No?
I don't think
All right.
anyway,
we should pretend like we tried it once already.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the second.
That was a great second attempt. Let's
Great
move on.
job.
Yeah.
No one's gonna catch on to the fact.
All right.
All right, so yeah, so since I'm the
fucking
host,
ruse.
it was time for me to come up for a middle segment game
Yeah.
sort of thing. So I thought we should do smoking and drinking.
Smoking and drinking.
Here's what I'm sharking, and here's what I'm dolphin.
No, we're actually not going to do that.
That fun game that's just drug abuse.
Yes.
Yes.
Aren't all games just drug abuse?
I guess.
To an extent.
Like dopamine abuse.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dopamines.
Yeah, you're just like jerking your brain off.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? All right, but actually, I came up with a game that I stole from another podcast and then reappropriated
Yes.
in my own style.
Cool.
Has anyone here listened to Doug Loves Movies?
No.
I have not.
I think I listened to 1 or 2 episodes.
Okay,
Not a
so
regular
this will be
listener.
new to all of us then, except for me, because I know what it is since I came up with the game. But on that show, he had a game called the Leonard Maltin game,
Okay.
where he took reviews from the esteemed critic Leonard Maltin and made a game out of it.
Wow.
I was not able to get a hold of Leonard Maltin's guide for movies, so I went to Rotten Tomatoes, which is the next best thing, right?
Ooh, yeah.
So I'm calling this a Rotten Tomatoes game.
Okay.
So essentially what this is, it's a movie trivia game where I will give you a topic, or a not a topic, but a hint, like a category, if you will. And then I have a movie set aside from that category.
Okay.
And then you're gonna have to guess what it is based on a few clues. So I will give you the year it came out, the Rotten Tomato score of that movie, and then you're going to have to
This is gonna be great.
go based off of the cast members as listed on Rotten Tomatoes.
This is going to be awesome.
So here's the catch. You're all going to be competing against each other,
Oh, shit.
right?
Oh,
And you're gonna have to
Fuck.
guess how many names you need to be able to guess the movie.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I will tell you how many names there are, and then you will counting from the bottom of the cast list up. So the least important person to the most important person, as according to Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
And based off of that information, you will have to guess the name of the movie. So
Am I to
shit.
presume that the lower number of names you name, the higher my score will be?
no, it's not. It's just based off of if you can get it or not. Because
okay.
and I'm just gonna start with Ben and then go around counterclockwise. So basically, I will give you the year, the Rotten Tomato score, and then the
Okay, so we take turns guessing. Essentially, it's like Wheel of Fortune.
not quite. So
okay.
I'm getting there.
It's like poetry. It's like, all right.
It's nothing like poetry. But basically, I will give you the year it came out, the Rotten Tomato score, and then I will read the critics' consensus blurb that they have on Rotten Tomatoes as another hint, and then you will bid how many names you need to name the movie.
Oh, okay.
And then
I bid.
Chris will make his bid,
Okay.
but if he doesn't feel like he can bid lower than you, he will challenge you to name that movie. But here's the other thing. If you know the name of the movie, you can bid 0 names and just name it.
Okay.
But if he also knows the name of the movie, he can bid -1 name. And then then he has to name the movie, and then whoever the top bill of the person in the cast is. You go the other way. Oh. So if you really
okay.
know it, and it's like just a challenge of like how well you know this movie.
You can start. You
Yeah.
can do that and then name the top bill.
Right.
Okay.
But it has to be in order. If you mess the order up,
Gotcha.
then you didn't get it right. So whoever challenged you to name the movie, if you don't get it right, gets a point. If you get it right, obviously you get a point.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I have
I think I got
I have enough questions. If we want to do to 2 points, we can do
Yes.
that. If it takes too long, we could just do the one round. But we'll see. We'll just play by ear.
I am very excited about this.
Okay.
Game.
Yeah.
that
I
sounds
I'm
really
excited about this game.
I really enjoyed listening to this game on that podcast.
Yeah.
and I feel like it's a lot of fun.
It's going to be great with 3 drunk idiots.
It's going to be great. Well, that's essentially
gonna be great.
Like, I don't know if you know who Doug Benson is, but he is
he's a
he's
stoned
famous
idiot.
stoner.
famous stoner. So yeah, it's essentially the same vibe. So yeah,
All right.
So Ben, I will give you three. Categories.
Okay.
And then you will pick the one that you feel like the most confident in. Now,
Okay.
this first round I made a little bit easier just so we can get an idea of how the game goes.
Just to ease into it.
So each of these 3 categories gives you one cast member as part of the category. So Ben, first category of your choosing is Certified Fresh. Those are Michael Cera movies that are certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
If I pick that, then I know
Yes.
who the top build or one of the people in the movie
Right.
is.
So since this is the first round, I want to make it a little bit easier just
Yeah.
so we can get in the flow of the game. So
Okay.
yeah, these are going to be a little bit easier because you will already know one of the names.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
just as an easier hint to get in there. So
Okay.
I love
first
this.
category is certified fresh, Michael Cera movies that are certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Second category, Batman Beyond. Those are Ben Affleck movies that he made after Justice League.
Shit. Okay.
There's been more than one.
Yeah.
Batman movies that he made?
No, not Batman movies, just
Okay.
because he's beyond Batman now.
Okay. Okay, I got you. What has he been up?
That's good.
Shit, that's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the third category of your choosing is Tony Stank. And those are Robert Downey Jr. movies that are rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's tough,
Are
dude.
these your categories?
Yeah, I made these up.
Those are
I'm gonna
great.
I'm gonna pick Certified Fresh.
Okay, we're going to do
Good
certified
choice.
fresh.
Good choice.
All right, so let me just have to find it on here.
I love this so much.
Okay, so
Da-da-da.
your movie is from the year 2013. It received an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. The synopsis is energetic, self-deprecating performances and enough guffaw-inducing humor make up for the flaws in its loosely written script. There are 14 names listed. How many do you need?
Wow. I'm going to say.
Oh fuck.
I'm going to say 5 names.
5 names?
I know the movie, but I don't know the name of it.
I feel like I might know what it is.
Chris, you want to challenge him to name that movie, or you want to select fewer names?
I know what movie this is. I can't remember the name of it.
That's the point of the game, Chris. You have to
I
remember the name of the
know.
What
movie.
year did you say again?
2013.
2013.
13.
And yeah, if you want me to read the hints again, I can do that for you.
I think I'm gonna need more names than that. I think I'm gonna need 6 names.
Well, that's not how the game works, Chris.
Okay.
You fucking idiot! I already explained this once. If you can't name it in 5 names, you have to ask him to name the movie.
Fucking idiot.
Or bid lower.
Idiot!
I can't bid lower than that.
So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna ask him to name the movie.
Okay, Ben. So your 5 names are. Do you need me to read any of the blurb or anything like that again, or do you just want me to get the names?
No, give me the 5 names.
Okay, so starting from the bottom, now we're here. For your 5 names, you have Paul Rudd, Martin Starr, Rihanna, Christopher Mintz-Plasse,
Okay.
and David Krumholtz.
Is the movie This Is the End?
This is the end.
Yeah.
So Ben has 1 point. So that actually went pretty quickly. So
Wow,
I think we
okay.
should keep going here. All
Give
right.
Ben a point here.
Give Ben a point.
Woo.
Give Ben a point. All right, cool.
When I heard Rihanna, I was like,
Yeah, that's a pretty good set.
I had no idea what
Telltale
that. I
sound.
had no idea what that movie.
If I-
I'm gonna suck at this.
If I
I am too.
You know
That's
what?
all right. No,
I got lucky. And
I feel like I did a pretty good humble brag. I feel like I did a good enough job of
Hashtag
like
humble brag.
picking stuff that are going to be available for everyone to get at some point. All right.
I caught the first half of that movie by chance not long ago at the Royal
It's a
Oaks.
really good movie. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious.
It is
Don't watch it
interesting.
on TV because you'll miss all of it. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it's very raunchy, but it's great. All right, so Chris, now we're on to you. So your categories are Thanks, I Hate It. Those are movies with a high Rotten Tomatoes percentage but a low audience score.
Oh.
There's It's Been a While.
It's been a while.
Those are sequels that released more than 10 years after the previous film.
Ooh.
And then you have That's It. And those are movies that clearly set up a sequel only for there not to be a sequel.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Wait, hold on. Can we take a minute? This is the best game that has ever been played on this show.
Oh man.
really
okay.
good.
This is
Because I
so
stole
good.
it from another show.
Man,
Right.
Thanks, Doug loves movies.
Yeah.
All right. So categorize me again here.
Yeah. All right, so
Morty.
you have
Excuse me.
Thanks, I Hate It. Those are movies with a high Rotten Tomatoes percentage and a low audience score. You have It's Been a While, which are sequels that release more than 10 years after the previous film. And that's it, which are movies that set up a sequel, but they don't pay that off.
I'm gonna go with It's Been a While.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
a good pick.
That's a good pick. All right, so give me a second while I find it in my notes here.
God, this seriously, like, this is the most effort that's ever gone into a game.
Yeah, right.
Okay, there it is. All right.
I used to just tell jokes.
Yeah, right. Okay, so It's Been a While. All right, so your movie is from 2017.
Okay.
It got a 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics' consensus is visually stunning and narratively satisfying. Blank deepens and expands its predecessor's story while standing on its own as an impressive filmmaking achievement in its own right. There are 10 names. How many do you need?
What year did this come out again?
2017.
Give me 4 names.
4 names. Dave, would you like to give fewer names or ask Chris to name the movie?
Oh shit. Is there a penalty for getting it wrong? I mean,
Whoever challenged you to whoever challenges you to guess the movie gets a point if you get it wrong.
okay.
So there's a little bit of strategy involved. If you have, if since Ben already has a point, so we're playing to 2 points. Since Ben already has a point, if he thinks you don't know the movie, he can challenge you to name the movie.
Right.
If you definitely don't know the movie, since Ben already has 1 point, I'm telling you how to play the game. I shouldn't be doing that.
What's what Rotten Tomato rating did you say it got?
87%.
87. Okay.
So it's good. It's a good one.
Yeah.
One of those good movies.
Okay.
I have a hunch.
I have a hunch too, but I
think I
am
do
not
too.
sure I can
Hashtag
remember
hunch
the
too.
title correctly,
Your
which is annoying. Okay.
So Chris bid 4 names. Can you go lower? Or do you want to ask him to name the movie?
The thing is, I'm pretty sure I have a really strong hunch, but I don't know if I really am going to get this title right. So, in the interest of not screwing myself on this one, name that movie.
All right, Chris. So your 4 names are Dave Bautista, Jared Leto, Lenny James, and Carla Jury.
maybe I don't know this.
I know what it is.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, yes I do.
Fuck.
If
The
you-
Godfather Part 2.
Uh,
I'm trying to think what Dave Bautista has been in that would have been.
Absolutely. This is killing me.
I'm going to need you to name that movie.
I'm gonna go Logan.
That's incorrect.
That is
Okay.
very
very
incorrect.
incorrect.
For no points?
Yeah, for no points. Well, you'll get a point either way because you asked them
Yeah,
to name
you
the
got-
movie. Yeah,
Oh, right.
Right.
It's the new Blade Runner.
It is.
But I can't remember
full
the
title.
number.
Full title.
Blade Runner, that's what I couldn't guess. I can't remember.
2049.
Yeah,
Wait a
Blade
minute.
Runner 2049.
Dave
Yeah,
that's it.
Bautista was in that?
yeah, he's at the
I
very
think
beginning.
it was the farmer.
Yeah.
Oh, he was, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
knew that.
here's the thing. I thought 2049 was
focus
the
on
year of
Jared
San
Leto.
Francisco Rush. game.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, it might be.
Wasn't there a San Francisco Rush
I think there's also
2049?
a San
There might have
Francisco
been.
Rush 2049.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what was tripping me up. I'm like, they can't be
Fuck, I
2049.
fucking loved that movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie.
It's as good or better than the original.
I agree 100%.
When I heard the blurb, that's
Yeah.
the sentiment is the
That
same.
blurb, though.
It stands on its own.
All right, so now that
Should we do one more?
So I get a point, huh?
right, because we're playing to 2.
Yeah,
so
why not?
First
Fuck
one to
it.
2
Oh, yeah.
points.
First to 2.
First to 2. So I do have enough questions if we get to that point.
Yeah, we're going to take our time to play this game.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So Dave, it's your turn now to pick a category.
All right.
So what I've left is what haven't I said yet? Okay. We have The Pen is Mightier. That is a movie where someone uses a pen or pencil as a weapon.
Ooh.
You have Does He Look Like a Bitch? That is a movie where a female actor plays a male character.
What?
Yep.
These are great.
And then you have Trues and Fnews.
Yeah.
That's a movie that claims to be
time for
a
Trues and
true story, but actually isn't. So you have The Pen is Mightier, movie where someone uses a pen as a weapon. Does He Look Like a Bitch? Where a female actor plays a male character. And Trues and Fnews, where it's a alleged true story, but actually isn't.
Dude, I know what I would pick.
Oh, this is killing me.
I just can't look.
I feel like I just have to, just on principle, go with Trues and
Yeah,
Fnews.
no, you should pick Trues and Fnews.
That's what I would pick.
Yeah, you should pick Trues and Fnews. Okay, so Trues and News. This is a movie from 1996. I got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
The blurb is violent, quirky, and darkly funny. Blank delivers an original crime story and a wonderful performance by the lead actor. There are 7 names. How many do you need?
Read me that blurb one more time.
Violent, quirky, and darkly funny. Blank delivers an original crime story and a wonderful performance by the lead actor.
I know what movie
From
this
1996, got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
is. I know what movie this is.
93%.
There are 7 names. How many do you need?
If Ben doesn't, Ben's the one who's got to challenge him, right? Because I fucking know this movie.
Right.
Okay.
We all know this movie.
I'm not sure. Oh, you mean like we all
Yeah.
know? Okay.
We all know.
Okay. I want to say.
I hope you do at least.
I want to say 4 names.
4 names?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to be clear, if
Right.
yeah, the fewer names the better because
Right.
okay. Now we're clear on that.
No,
All right.
I get it.
All right. So Ben, do you want to do fewer names or do you want to challenge Dave to name that movie?
I'm gonna bid 3 names.
3 names? Okay. Chris, do you need 3 names or fewer, or do you want to challenge Ben? To
I
name that
could
movie?
probably go -1.
-1. We have a -1.
Whoa.
We have a -1. So
This
Chris,
with a chance to tie it up.
yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. Even the
boy.
score. Oh, sorry. So Chris bid -1. How do you want to challenge them to name that movie, or can you go
Absolutely
-2?
not. Absolutely not.
You want to go -2?
No.
So what do you want to do?
You do it. Go for
You
it.
want me to do it?
Here's the question.
Yeah.
If he names that movie,
Yes.
and he fails, point goes to Ben.
That's correct. Yeah, and then Ben
Yeah,
wins.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's high risk, high reward here.
Yep.
Name that movie, dude.
It's Fargo, and Frances McDormand is the #1.
Correct and correct.
Of course it
We're
is.
all tied up.
Oh.
We are all tied up, fellas.
Well done. See, I had a hunch, but I just didn't know for sure. And to be
Yeah,
honest,
famously. I
never saw
based
Fargo.
on truth. What?
you guys are gonna hate me. I never saw Fargo.
Oh, that's a great movie.
We should
that's
stop
a movie
the
that
podcast and watch
warrants.
Fargo.
Yeah, that's a movie that warrants 2 or 3 watches.
Yeah,
because you'll pick
yeah.
up more. It's like every
Coen Brothers, right?
movie, Yeah.
Coen Brothers.
Everything they do is worth watching.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh
Totally,
man,
totally.
we're all tied up.
We're all tied up. All right, so
is great.
it's okay. So for the win, I'm gonna go back to Ben here since we're all started.
Someone's gonna win here.
Someone's
Yeah.
gonna win here. I'm gonna read more of the categories from earlier because I didn't make that many categories. So
Okay.
from what we have left, we have Thanks I Hate It. Those are movies with a high Rotten Tomatoes percentage and a low audience score. We have That's It. Movies that clearly set up a sequel, but we're not going to pay off on that later. And then we have Tony Stank, which is Robert Downey Jr. movies with a Rotten Tomato score.
I'm going to pick That's It.
That's it?
That's it.
All right.
Okay, before we do this, can I just propose we play out the other 2 categories as well? And
Do you wanna do that?
and just whoever has the most
Well,
wins.
I have more than 2 categories. I have all the we can do all the categories.
We
if you want.
could even play more later.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do more
that.
later if you want
This
to
is
do
a
that.
lot of fun.
yeah.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
This is a great idea.
I had a lot of fun putting this together. Thinking of
This is
thinking
awesome.
of puns is kind of my deal. So this is a lot of fun. All right, cool. So Ben, that's it. Your movie is from 2011. It got a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
From the users.
Rotten Tomato score 26%.
That's aggregate,
This
right?
is the critic score.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was something that critics liked but audiences hated.
No, That's It is a movie that set up a sequel. to
Oh,
Did
no,
you
no,
want
no.
to do that one instead?
No. I'm sorry. I'm just stupid. Yeah, no. This is the one that was meant to have a sequel but never got one.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, as a 26%.
2011, 26%.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The blurb is noisy, overproduced, and thinly written. Blank squanders an impressive budget and decades of comics mythology. There
Of
are
what?
comics mythology.
Comic mythology. Yeah.
Decades of comics mythology.
And what? You said it squanders.
Squanders an impressive budget. So, well produced. It's an expensive
Yeah.
movie.
And-
Squanders an impressive budget and decades of comics mythology. There are 9 names. How many do you need?
Shit.
I would like 4 names.
All right, Ben. Chris, he has 4 names. Can you do it in fewer names, or do you want to ask him to name a movie?
Let me go 3 names.
All right. So, do you think you could name this in 3 names, or do you think you could name this in 2 names, or do you want to have him name the movie?
I don't think I can. I think I'm gonna have to challenge you to name that movie.
All right, Chris. So your 3 names are Tamura Morrison, Angela Bassett, and Taika Waititi.
Oh, fuck.
God. Wow.
Angela Bassett. Jesus Christ.
2011, 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm trying to think of anything I'm just trying to think of something that was that.
Tried to set up a sequel and then didn't follow through on it.
Right.
Years of comic mythology.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Godfather Part 2.
Free Willy 3.
Homeward Bound 9.
I have to name that movie, don't I?
You have to name the
You
movie.
gotta name the movie.
Tamira Morrison, Angela Bassett, and Taika Waititi.
Yeah, name that fucking movie. Come on.
Name the fucking movie. Name the fucking bookie. Let me do. Oh God, I have to. I have to name one.
Yeah.
This is wrong. I know it's wrong. But I'm gonna say The Punisher.
It's not The Punisher.
It is not.
This is Green Lantern.
Fuck.
Never would have seen that coming.
Starring Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, there's a post-credit scene in the movie that set up the Yellow Lanterns and then just never.
Right.
Obviously, because
Because
the
of
movie
course it
fucking
did.
tanked for good reason.
You suck, DC.
Yeah, you're not good at the whole movie thing. So yeah, that was the Rotten Tomatoes game. We can do more of that later if you want.
So
Good job,
who'd
Ben.
that point go to, dude?
goes to
That went to Ben. Ben
Nice.
wins.
You win, Ben.
Wait, no, I thought that goes
Oh
to...
no, you're right. No, you're right. Dave won because he challenged. Yeah, he challenged Chris.
Oh.
Yeah.
I should be better host. Yeah, Dave won.
Hey,
yeah,
I
Dave
won.
wins.
I won by
wins.
not knowing movies.
Well, that's the fun. That is the fun part of the game is like you can still win if you don't know
Right.
movies just by playing the strategy right. So
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
an awesome game.
It's
and
a very
I wanna
good
play
game.
more of
I
that.
really like the game.
Yeah, we should play more while we're watching the hockey game.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
Dave, I'm gonna make you watch Fargo at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should totally watch
It's
Fargo.
been years
that.
since I've seen
You know
it, so
what else?
I'm due
It's
for a
been-
rewatch.
It's a great movie.
You know what movie there's I want to see? A Serious Man.
I want to see that
I
one
have
too.
not seen that one either.
It's basically like a Noah story
Yeah.
featuring like a modern day guy, like a normal dude, right? I can't remember what
Evan
the
Everyday
Almighty.
average normal guy.
regular
Almighty.
every day.
I make a pretty
guy.
good spaghetti sauce, motherfucker.
I love that guy. What's his name?
John LaJoie?
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
what a
yeah,
fun
now
game.
it's on to the topic of discussion for tonight. And I had a topic picked out, and then I looked back in the archives of all the episodes to make sure I didn't pick one that was already picked.
Yeah.
And it was already picked, so I had to think of another one on the fly.
Well, we do redo them sometimes.
We do
If you-
redo them. So
We
if
do
you,
redo
if you
them,
put it-
If you want to
No,
do
no,
one
I-
that's already been done.
No, it's cool. I thought of another one that I said I could talk about this for hours. I'm just not sure if you guys can, but yeah. So we're gonna talk about cars, like a bunch of
Yay.
dudes,
Yay.
like a bunch of guys being dudes.
Guys being dudes.
I, for one, think the first movie was the best. Although Michael Caine gave a solid Oscar-worthy performance in Cars 2, I think
I like that one. What's got the truck with the buck teeth?
I like when the car is fucked.
yeah, that
Oh,
was
they
nice.
totally fucked.
That was...
Meryl Streep, Owen Wilson, fucking Meryl Streep.
Yes.
Do you remember Flight of the Conchords where the prime minister fell asleep on the plane and has to ask? At the end, I missed the end.
Does
Does
the
the boy car end up with the girl car?
Greg, can you tell me in the movie Cars, does the boy car end up with the girl car? Yes, Murray, I believe he does.
Oh yes.
It's good. Just touch and go there for a while.
I fucking love Reese Darby. He's the best. But yeah, just to kick this conversation off, I
Cars.
thought I would ask what would be like your perfect, if you could have any like unlimited budget.
Wow.
Your perfect 3-car garage.
Oh, good
So the
choice.
3 cars you would drive for like the rest of your life.
This is an
You know-
awesome topic.
you know
How
what?
have we not talked about
I
this
actually have an answer for this, and I know
Actually, all right, cool. So
I know jack
I
shit
was,
about
I was
cars.
going to give mine as a starter, but if you already have one, then go.
No, please do.
All right. So yeah, I put some thought into this. I kind of think
You're
of
a car
myself.
guy.
I'm a car guy. I like to think of myself as a bit of a car guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my 3 cars. So like ideally you don't want one practical one, one like crazy one, and then one that would just be like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So so I went with for my practical car. This is probably gonna shock some of you. a Volvo V60 Polestar edition.
Okay.
I don't know what they look like. You know what? I'm going to be Googling the whole time we have this.
Yeah.
Google
we're-
that shit.
we're gonna be,
It's a station wagon.
Okay.
Made by Volvo, but it's bright blue and it's very fast.
Sharp.
The Volvo Polestar, what now?
The Volvo V60 Polestar edition.
Okay.
It is the coolest station wagon you will ever see.
I always liked station
I fucking love
wagons.
station
Yeah,
wagons.
and like here's the thing: like people talk about SUVs all the time and trucks and all this shit, but like the problem with an SUV is that it drives like an SUV. And it's just like floaty and weird. Like this is a car with a ton of space in it.
Yeah.
You can haul shit, and like if you have a family, you can move them around, or if you just want to go somewhere with your friends.
It's a long car,
It's a long car.
as opposed to like something more like an SUV, something more vertical.
Yeah, and
it's just
the,
a long car.
And the Polestar edition, it's the fast version of that. So it's like they just turn everything up a notch. And it's made by Volvo, so it'll work and last forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's bright blue and it looks really cool.
I saw that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I love that color.
Yeah.
Volvo, which is like famously the only known vehicle in America that somebody rolled over 1 million miles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Somebody rolled a 60-something Volvo over 1 million miles.
Yeah, they,
Had regular
actually,
service records.
I just saw this like last week's another one.
Really?
hit 1 million. Yeah, it's the second million-mile car. This just
shit.
happened again. Yeah. So as my crazy ridiculous one,
Okay.
The Pagani Huayra.
I don't know what that is either.
I'm gonna spell it because it doesn't sound like you would think it is.
Okay.
Huayra, I think.
HUA what? Oh, HUAYRA.
Yeah. It is the most beautiful car
Shit.
that has ever been
Wait,
made.
can I see that?
It is literally a
Save
work
me
of
a-
art you can
Save
drive.
me a Google.
Jesus Christ.
There are faster cars, there are more expensive cars out there.
Got the gull wing doors.
It's got the gull wing doors.
Dude, the
it,
gull
has,
wings.
it has doors that go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like this, like this.
Oh my god.
If you can find a picture of the interior, it is literally a work of art. It belongs in a museum. It belongs in a museum.
So do you.
and that because like I thought about it, like I could go with a faster or more expensive car for my ridiculous car, but that would be one that I could just like go into my garage and stare at.
Yeah.
And really appreciate.
Oh yeah.
God, you're right about the interior.
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks fucking crazy.
It is so like
Detail on this is beautiful.
Horatio Pagani, the guy who makes
yeah.
these cars, he's obsessive about the way
Oh,
they're
yeah, it's
designed and the
gorgeous.
quality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're literally the most beautiful cars I've ever seen. Not that I've seen one in person.
It recalls like like an elegance of a different time.
Yeah,
It looks
really
like
is.
looks like Jackie Treehorn's lounge.
It's something about it. It's like both. It really does manage to have that like retro aesthetic with all the modern amenities.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
cool. So that's my crazy like expensive car, and the one that's just like would be fun to drive on weekends would be a Caterham 7, which is
a what?
A Caterham 7.
Okay. I feel bad. I have to like Google all of it.
It's fine. Like I said, I'm a car guy. I know this stuff. But yeah, it's basically a go-kart with a really big engine. It's just a lot of fun to drive, presumably. It is street legal. It is street legal.
How do you
as
spell
well.
caterers?
Caterham.
Caterham.
Okay.
And then it's
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it's cool.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that would be my like. I don't want to drive the $1.5 million car for the
Right.
weekend. I'm going to drive this one just for fun.
Yes.
That's my 3-car garage.
It's a little bit of a dune buggy looking. I mean, it's not exactly, but it's kind of like
I can
got
see
kinda
actually
like
it's
that back
minimalist. It is very minimalist. It is this stripped down. It is the essential parts of the car that you need to
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah,
with.
this is it's old school.
It is very
real,
it is very old school. They make newer versions of it. I don't remember the exact models of those ones. But just that whole car design, everything like that. It's a street legal go-kart with a big engine, and it's really, really neat. So yeah, that's my 3-car garage. It's a Volvo V60 Polestar, it's a Pagani Huayra, and a Caterham 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I set the bar higher or not.
Well, the thing I'm struggling with is I don't know that many cars.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I don't even know if I could fill a 3-car garage. And also, like, what I want is probably pretty low level and basic. But you had some ideas already, Ben. So maybe
go
you
ahead.
should.
I did. So the one that I would want for like practical use, one of the reasons I like my car so much is the trunk space, and
Yeah.
I don't have a specific model in mind, but I want kind of like a mom car. I want
Okay.
like something just a hatchback where the seats fold down.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can store a bunch of shit in the
Well,
back.
that's what I like about
you know?
that Volvo. It's that only like turned up all the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So like a Volvo or like some kind of Honda or just a mom van where just a shitload of space in the back. I really like that. I like how spacious they tend to be on the inside because I'm a tallish person.
You are a tallish person.
So it's tough to get into like an average sedan.
Yeah.
But the other two I'd probably make an exception for. If I want to be like have a nice like kind of out on the town kind of car, just take my girlfriend to dinner kind of car, that would be a Lincoln Continental.
Yeah.
I like Lincoln in general. I mean,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Abraham Lincoln was a good dude. He's a very good dude.
Yeah. He's
Ugly
all
as
right.
sin,
All right.
but yeah, no, it's the interior just fucking calls to me, and I dig the style. It's like a very solidly built kind of without being like too blocky. I guess.
No, it's a refined, design. It looks nice, but it's not like ostentatious or pretentious or anything like that.
Yeah, like that's a car I'd valet.
Yeah.
And then the super crazy car, and I've known this ever since I saw Clarkson test drive it on Top Gear, is the McLaren F1.
Yeah, dude.
That car is fucking
That
sweet.
car is fucking
A
so
McLaren
cool.
F1 would seriously kick my ass for all time, and I would just drive that around. I would learn to drive a test track just so I could drive that thing.
Yeah, that thing is insane. It's really, really cool. There's so many like cool facts about that car that I could just like rattle off for hours because it's really one of the most unique cars that's ever been made. It's got the seat is in the middle of the car.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the driver's seat is in the middle of the car because they wanted it to be designed like a race car.
Like a Formula One car.
Exactly.
It's F1.
That makes sense.
And it also has 3 seats. So the driver's seat's in the middle, and then you have 2 bucket seats behind you.
Okay.
So you can have people ride with you.
And scream in your ears.
Yeah, and it's
constantly.
really, really weird. The engine bay is lined with gold.
Yeah, right.
I am absolutely serious.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I remember that from Top Gear or not.
You might have.
Yeah.
Like Clarkson's review was just glowing.
Yeah, it is regarded by many to be the greatest car ever made because it's straight analog. Like there's not very many digital assistants on it at all.
Yeah.
And it's made for just to be the ultimate driving car. It's the fastest naturally aspirated car of all time. Before they started adding like turbochargers and stuff like that to the
Okay.
engines to make them even faster.
Yeah.
And it held the speed record for a production car for like 10 years. Yeah.
Wow.
No
Right.
shit.
What?
That's a long time.
What knocked it off? Out of
The
curiosity?
Bugatti Veyron.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
The big old reveal.
Which so the crazy thing is the McLaren F1 it's a naturally aspirated V12 engine in there.
Oof. V12. That's such a fucking crazy idea to me. It's like
So you think that's okay? So you think that's crazy?
Yeah.
The Bugatti Veyron, it is a quad turbocharged W16 engine.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not
16 cylinder
16
engine?
cylinders arranged in a W pattern to fit into the space of like a V12.
Wow.
Yeah. And then there's 4 turbos on it.
Here's the one and only thing that I know about the Veyron is that its top speed is not limited by its engine, but because if you go over a certain speed, the tires will explode.
Yeah. So they make a specific like tire for that car for going at its top speed, and you can only go to the top speed for like 30 seconds or something like that before the tires actually explode.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It is a feat of engineering unto itself, but the fact that it took 10 years for them to come up with that after the F1, and they had to do all of that stuff to do it, is really what makes the McLaren F1 kind of stand on its own in that respect.
Yeah. The world of car design is bananas.
It's really
so
cool.
crazy.
It's really, really cool.
It's like driven by all these like big wild ideas.
literally
and huge
driven
egos.
by yes.
It's just like I love that it's like a crazy big ego over the top kind of thing at that level.
It can be. My favorite story of now you're talking about big egos in car companies. The story of Lamborghini is really
Yes.
great. I don't know if you've heard this before.
I have heard this. I love it.
So I can't remember his first name, but the guy who founded the Lamborghini, Petruchio or Ferruccio, yeah, Ferruccio Lamborghini, Pinocchio Lamborghini.
yeah, Ferruccio Lamborghini.
He owned a Ferrari sports car, and he basically was tired of fixing it. And Lamborghini at the time was a tractor company. They still are. Obviously, they make more things than tractors now. But they were at the time just a tractor company. So he was an engineer by trade as well. He was tired of fixing the clutch on his Ferrari sports car.
Okay.
So he made his own and put it in the car that worked better for longer. And he basically approached Enzo Ferrari and be like, "Hey, I came up with this better idea to fix the clutch on this car." And Enzo basically told him to fuck off. I mean, so like, because he basically asked if he could get a job there so he could make the Ferraris better.
Which, why wouldn't you take that guy up on?
Because Enzo Ferrari was a massive cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is like famously one of the biggest
famous, yeah.
assholes
Yeah.
in all of the motorsports and cars and things like that.
Yeah.
So to basically get back at him, he created the Lamborghini Miura, which is one of the greatest cars of all time.
Yeah.
Amongst the Miura was one of the ones
Of its time.
There were other ones ahead of it that he made as a stepping stone to that. But he basically was like, all right, so fuck you too. I'm going to beat you at your own game, and he actually did, and that's how the Lamborghini car company got started as a fuck you to Enzo Ferrari, which is just great, just great.
Yeah, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that sort of. I don't know. I mean, how many industries are dominated by like huge personas like that?
Yeah, I think it's unique in that respect.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of it is because there's so many foreign companies involved. Like these how many industries that have like leaders from Italy and Germany and the United States
Yeah,
and
right.
Japan and like
That aren't like heavily centralized.
right.
Yeah.
So it is very unique in that respect. Did you think of any, Chris? for
I
your-
did.
for Rush?
I was looking them up to get the years correct.
Okay.
So the practical car that I would pick, if I'm forced to pick a practical car,
You're not okay. So you're not forced to do anything. You can pick whatever three cars you want.
that makes it harder.
I did it this way because I figured like if this is my three cars I'm gonna drive for the rest of my life, I would want something that's practical.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm forced to drive any three cars for the rest of my life, I would take as my practical vehicle a Ford F-250 Raptor.
Yeah. That's
I,
fucking sweet.
I know the exact paint job I would want to. Like
The thing is, that's on my list too.
Yeah,
right.
3 wolves on the door howling at the
I don't
moon.
even like trucks, but I would fuck with that truck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's so nice. It just
Gnarly.
it just looks manly.
Yeah.
Isn't that front grill set
Yeah.
with a giant
It's just
fucking
a
Ford in the middle of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's great. Yeah.
I want like this color red, but with the sparkle paint,
Okay, so
Okay.
like for the listener, that's like
like a deep burnt red with
Yeah.
this really sparkly, kind of like that. The color on your e-cig
okay.
there,
So like
like that
Like
exactly.
almost candy apple.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
sort of, yeah.
with just a little bit more sparklies in it.
Oh, I wanted to spurgle.
I want my big truck to spurkle.
My
my giant surrogate dick to sparkle.
yeah, goddamn right I do. So my fun for me driving around car, like just the kicking it on the weekend, I'm going to get a lot of speeding tickets car.
Yeah.
I want a 76 Ford Gran Torino, like the Starsky and Hutch
Okay.
car.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be red. I want it to be that soft ass powder blue that they made in
Ass
production.
powder.
They made like the red like Starsky and Hutch model, right? And then they made like this weird powder blue. I want that, but I want white leather seats.
Okay.
I want someone to give me white leather seats in that car. Fortunately, one of my oldest and dearest friends in the world has an upholstery sewing machine. So that's definitely doable. But yeah, 76
Very
Ford
cool.
Torino.
Yeah.
I would skip it from second to fifth gear because I'm an animal. And that I would tear the fucking shit out of that car. That car would just be flying everywhere. And as far as an insane car, it's like a three-way tie, but I think just for pure like goofiness value, I would have to go with a Duesenberg Model J.
Oh hell yes.
So like
The Duesenberg Model J.
so okay.
have to look that up.
A couple months ago on this podcast, I recommended a book called Pimp by a guy named Iceberg Slim.
Yeah.
And at the time that book takes place, that was like the pimp car. Like that's what all the hustlers drove were Duesenbergs. And at the time that car was worth, this is like the 20s, right? 28 was the first year, I think. And from what I read, and then like it goes up to like 32. Those cars were like $30,000 in 1928.
In 28 months.
Yeah.
So like that was like hot shit. It is like if you've never seen one, it is a fucking pimp car.
Yeah, so that's where the phrase "that's a doozy" came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because
Oh.
we're talking about the Duesenberg.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about those is every Duesenberg is slightly different because basically Duesenberg made the frame and the wheels and they got the engine from somebody else as a lot of companies did in that time, and then you had that car sent to a coach builder that would build the rest of it. So every Duesenberg was custom made for the person who bought it, and to their specifications, they're exact like whatever they wanted on there. So it was a really, really cool way. I mean, there's nothing like that now. I mean, you can like customize a car, like tell you what
Mini
color
Cooper
seats
might
you
be
want,
the
stuff like
closest to that. Yeah. But even then,
right? It's nowhere near because like you could say I want 2 rows of seats or just a front driver's seat.
I saw a Duesenberg with a 78 record player in it. Like
Exactly,
a 78, you know what I mean? Like so that like that was
I remember
You could really
that
do
told me
whatever you
that
wanted.
Muhammad Ali drove a car with a vinyl record player.
he
in it.
had a little 44
There's photos
slot.
of it.
Yeah, of him
That blows my mind.
switching 44s in his car.
Considering how fragile a record player
Yeah,
can
right.
be.
Yeah, hot
Yeah,
shit.
Duesenberg's a good choice. That is baller as
Just for
fuck.
pure insanity. It was like it was between that it's like a 5-way tie for that one. It was between that like the 61 E-Type.
Oh fuck yes.
Yeah, that's the Steve
that is
McQueen
a
car.
Beautiful car.
Yeah, right.
That is one of the most beautiful cars ever made.
It's like a feat of engineering.
Yeah.
The Aston Martin DB5
yeah.
naturally, and then Trisha would shoot me, but like like the original Carroll Shelby. You know what I mean?
yeah, the Shelby Cobra.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like I gotta go Duesenberg.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
That's a very cool.
I
That's
really
like
so I'm
luxury on the next level.
just picturing this garage in my mind. So you have this giant ass Ford Raptor truck,
right.
and then you have a Gran Torino and a Duesenberg.
Yeah.
All American, actually. I think there was the first like all American,
All American. Yeah. American
garage.
muscle, baby. Yeah.
Make America
American again.
come again.
And again.
And again.
But respect America's refractory period.
right.
So
Okay.
did you think of a 3-car garage?
I got a weird garage here.
All right.
Okay, so
Let's go weird.
I also really liked the F-250
Yeah.
quite a bit.
It's a-
Start with the Wienermobile.
But I figured
Oh man, yeah. I didn't even think about like that shit.
so I took it off the list because in the interest of coming up with 3 different ones, and I replaced it with the Range Rover.
Yeah,
I
all right.
don't,
Okay.
I don't even particularly care which one.
That's a solid choice.
The Range Rover is an interesting vehicle.
Like
and
a new one or like the like an old one from like the 90s or something like that.
no, but really, I'm not particular.
Okay.
Probably a new Range Rover.
One that works.
Yeah, one that works
So
for sure.
not a Range Rover.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say.
Historically unreliable. But in this dream scenario, you have a mechanic on call all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
You're basically
the idea
Jay
of,
Leno, but with a smaller garage.
Jay Leno. Jay Leno.
Yeah, I just like the idea of like a really like truly all-terrain vehicle. And considering like I intend to go back out to Colorado one of these days
Yeah.
and drive through areas that were inaccessible to me in a Chevrolet Cruze. Something that can get into a couple of feet of water and keep moving.
Yeah.
Would be pretty awesome to me.
Yeah.
So that's definitely in my garage.
Okay, I like that.
Now another one. This is an odd one.
All right.
The Volkswagen Westfalia camper van.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a great choice.
I saw that
Hell yeah.
on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Uh-huh.
It was the car that Jerry picked for, I want to say, Brian Regan. And it was in this ridiculous lime green.
Nice.
It has a kitchen area and bunk beds because the top pops up to
Yes.
create space for someone to sleep in the top bunk.
Trisha and I saw one of those, and it was like a boring dad color. But we were at Planet Fitness one night. We were leaving at like 11:30.
Yeah.
and we were walking out, and there was just one of these fucking things parked right there, and you could see like the space for
Yep.
the bunk up top.
Yeah.
And we were both like at the same time. We both went, "Oh fuck, that's so fucking cool."
I mean, think about how much fun you could have getting in that thing, and then wherever you
Right.
park, you're staying.
The dude was in the car, incidentally. We didn't know it. He's like, "Thanks."
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
It's so fucking
That's
cool.
really cool.
It's so
you,
cool.
you want to feel really sad immediately? They make new ones of those.
really?
They make a new one of that, except it's not. They only make it in Europe.
Oh, really?
Right.
That sucks.
It does suck because like
Fuckers.
they're like it's all the same stuff you're talking about. Only
Yeah.
everything's modernized.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And it's so that's I know what you're talking about. That's really really.
I just
cool.
love the idea because like a full camper is too big. It's too much.
Yeah.
You know, a camper van feels like the right thing if you're going to take off with one of your buddies and just like, okay, we're just going to drive off into the woods, hang
Yeah.
out, go fishing, whatever.
Maybe, you know, like touch each other,
You do a
jerk
little
each
bit,
other off.
a little bit of butt stuff under a big tree.
Yeah, it's
Murder
fine.
guy.
You know, whatever. You got room back there, right?
You got-
Drop a bunch of ketamine and lock ourselves in the bathroom.
Yeah, right.
I don't think it has a bathroom, unfortunately. That is one.
It does when you're on Special K.
It's whatever
The
corner you
entire
want.
camper van is a
Right.
bathroom on Special
Well, that's the
K.
crazy thing about the new one is I was watching like a video about it because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I was watching a video about it. They actually have a shower in the new ones.
No shit.
Yeah, like you
And it manages to maintain like van proportions.
what?
I mean, like, is it roughly this like a van?
Oh yeah, no,
size?
it is a van size, but like you open up the back and then you like pull out the shower curtain that goes around the back area, and then you get like this hose, and you have to refill the water tank, obviously. But
sure.
you know, it's like the same thing that the sink uses and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like you can take a shower in that van.
I really like
the
the
new
idea of like something that's the right size, where it's not too big, it's not
Right.
like too complicated to pilot and all that.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like a van sized like apartment, basically.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's really cool. That's a good one.
Third one, and this is an odd pick, and I don't even think they exist yet, or
Okay.
may
It
never
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
This is a commuter vehicle. It's an ultra small vehicle. I realize I am the James May at this table. I recognize this. You know, but
James May.
this probably won't exist. As I understand it, the company went pretty close to bankrupt within the last few months. It,
All right.
it will probably never get made. It's a company called Elio Motors,
Oh, I've heard about those. Yeah.
and they make a strange little trike looking car, which looks like this. It's got wheels that stick out the sides, and it's got two seats, one in the front and one in the back.
yeah.
It's very small. It gets something in the range of 60 miles to the gallon. I think.
fuck.
You ever oh, Morty. And as far as I can tell, they're still selling pre-orders, but
yeah.
but I'm fairly certain that the company doesn't is not going to pull it off. The base price is $7,450.
Really?
The base price is $7,450.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now that's without some important extras. I did the little car builder thing the one day because I was curious about it. So like you won't get anything in the way of like a sort of like a dash infotainment center in that. You know, you'd have to add on to that.
I assume it's very minimal.
It's pretty minimal. I don't even think it has like regular interior like trim fabric until you add that. It's like really kind of cheap.
Well, the thing is, cars didn't up until like not that long ago.
Sure.
Like you had to
Yeah.
pay extra for carpet and shit in your car.
Yeah.
There is a thing called hypermiling, which is basically people modifying their cars to get as much gas mileage out of them as possible.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like if you put interior lighting in your car, it weighs the car down, which means you inherently
weight is
get
weight.
fewer MPGs. So like the people that are really into hypermiling, they strip that interior out.
Yeah.
They like add extra bits to the car to make it more aerodynamic.
Yeah.
They get wheels that are basically like dish plates on them. So like it's that's a thing.
you
That
could
makes
put
sense.
you could put a little spoiler on the thing, which I find fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, well I assume they do that to add to the aerodynamics, to helping the airflow around the car, and
Sure.
then making it getting better
Captain
gas mileage.
Sloan.
Yeah.
It's definitely a car. Exactly, it's for Captain Slows of the world. It's for people that care about things like efficiency.
Right. You can
like,
fit
you're
that
dorky
car
about
in that van.
Right. That's the thing. You absolutely could.
Yeah.
You could put your Elio in the Westphalia and make it your home base. That you're absolutely right. I like it just conceptually. I like the idea.
Yeah.
I hate the smart car because I think it's a dorky fucking box.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ugly.
I have it several times contemplated getting a moped, not a motorcycle, a moped,
Yeah.
Right.
because I don't have that long of a commute to work,
Yeah.
and it would save me a ton of gas.
I had friends in high school who like had their own little like moped gang. Like they all fucking rode mopeds to school.
Right.
Like all
No
the time.
shit.
Yeah, because they're fucking like super cheap and you could ride them when you're 15 and no one will stop
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, you know.
It's so yeah. Basically, I know it's a weird garage, but I love those three.
you might have the weirdest garage.
Definitely, I think.
Yeah, I think you win the weirdest garage.
Have you
Yeah.
have you ever seen that guy around Cornersburg riding around in that like 3-wheeled Batmobile looking thing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's I know what you're talking
No.
about. Yeah.
It's like this 3-wheeled
Morty.
thing with like an open top, two windshields. It's two wheels in the front, one in the back, and from the front it looks like almost an ATV,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but not
it's,
really.
It's made by Polaris. I can't remember
Yeah.
the name of it.
Okay.
It's called the Pussy Mobile.
But there's a guy
Oh,
around
Slingshot.
here.
It's called the Slingshot. So Polaris Slingshot. Yeah.
I like Pussy Mobile.
There's
more.
a dude around
It's
here,
not a
around
pussy movie,
Cornersburg, that drives that around
Yeah.
sometimes.
Let's talk about some other weird local cars just while we're on it, because we can talk about cars. How about the dude with the Nesquik car?
Yeah,
I haven't
I've
seen
seen
this.
that.
I don't
The
think
Nesquik
Youngstown
project
dude,
car.
I can't remember what car it is. It almost doesn't matter. Like, I think it's kind of like maybe a crossover, like hatchback kind of thing. I can't
Right.
remember, but it's like it's got Nesquik stuff all around the
over,
outside.
yeah.
It's like bright yellow. It's got the Nesquik logo. It's got the fucking rabbit. Like this guy
Oh
did it
no!
out to
Okay,
the
so
nines.
yeah, it has like does it have like really big wheels?
Oh, I can't remember. Honestly, God, all I notice is the
So
the
this
design.
this is a thing. This is a thing.
It's called a
in,
donk.
I was just say it's donk culture.
Yeah.
Donk?
So yes, donk. I don't know where the name came from necessarily.
Incidentally, my other choice was going to be a 64 Impala instead of the 76 Torino, and I would donk it out.
Donk it out. So-
I would never go anywhere. I would have Dr. Dre's The Chronic permanently on repeat in that car.
What does donk mean?
I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means.
Okay, but what does it represent? What makes a car
so
a donk?
basically,
Big thin wheels.
oh, I think I got it. It's to make it look ridiculous.
Yeah.
or
Redonk.
redonkulous. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you put the biggest wheels you can on it. You jack that thing up so you can fit larger wheels on it.
Hydraulics.
Hydraulics. Get
Weird-
some like crazy interior styling and stuff like that.
Weird camel hair on the seats.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
you know
and
what I mean?
you're taking these cars that are very innocuous initially, like a Ford Crown Victoria, just
Yes,
the most
sure.
basic car you could think of.
The car that you can't even see when it's right in front of you because it just blends.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
you take cars like that, and then you just makes them look insane,
Yeah.
and that's there's a whole culture behind that.
That's really
and
cool.
things like the Nesquik thing, and like I've seen them with like like a Cheetos wrap on it,
Yeah.
and like other like brands. I think that probably like stems to like NASCAR sort of thing, make it look like a race car sort of thing. Except
Sure.
they just again because it's donk culture, they just go all the way with it. So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah,
Okay.
I think I've seen that car. I've seen other cars like it.
I've
It
seen
is-
around Youngstown a couple of times.
Yeah, it is. That is definitely a donk or something close to it.
So, like, you guys know Alec does, like, pretty serious
Yes.
interior custom work on
Kind of wish he could
people's
get in on
vehicles.
this conversation too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, he would be,
He would be all about it.
Yeah, but so like I went over there one day. This was a couple years ago, and he was working on somebody's. It was like a Buick '88 that somebody donked out, but it was like this amber bronze color, and I don't know what the final product was supposed to be, but it had like the most ridiculous wheels I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like he was just putting like a radio and redoing the carpeting for this guy. But it was like I pulled in there and I'm like, what the fuck? Like quick question, what the fuck? And he's like, oh yeah, that's a custom piece. He's like, you want to ride in it? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. It's one of those things where like you just if you see a well executed donk,
You're
it's
like,
just like
you're cool.
yeah, hell
You go,
yeah. That's
okay,
very,
cool.
very cool.
What's the subreddit? Awful taste but great execution.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
That's a fun trip to go through. It's,
Right.
some of the bizarre things people make.
Not all that long ago, Aubrey and I were coming home from Walgreens and pulled up behind one of these sovereign citizens or whoever with
Yes.
with a private license plate.
Oh.
It just says
Have you-
private, right?
Have you ever seen these? It's just,
I know what you're talking about. I've never seen one in person.
yeah, we were right behind it. We saw it in person. Yeah, it just says private. This is like something people do.
Was he wearing a mask?
We didn't see. This is something people do where they think that if you declare your car like, you know, for non-commercial use only or something.
Yeah.
You put some like brief legalese on the plate, then you don't have to have a license plate or pay the
Registration fees.
the corresponding fees.
Yeah. Am I being detained, sir?
Yeah, this is something people actually
My freedoms.
do. And someone out there is making a killing off of these fake ass license plates.
Yeah, you know, that's the funniest part is these people, instead of like paying to register a normal plate, are paying some guy for a fake plate,
Right.
and then they're provide them nothing.
And then they're gonna have to pay the police anyway when they're driving without license plates.
right.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, speaking of which, like, so have you ever seen like fake European plates on certain cars?
Oh,
Like the
yeah, I
wrong
think I have,
yeah,
actually.
I've seen other ones. The other day, I saw the like, because normally you see them on European cars because people are like really into that car's culture or whatever,
Yeah.
like the Volkswagen, Audi, that sort of thing. Okay, whatever.
It just looks right on that thing.
Yeah, sure. The other day, I saw one on a Ford Fusion and was so confused about it.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Well, does it still bear like a valid plate number for your
it's
state?
no, it's as if you had like, you know, you had a Steelers license plate on the front of your car.
Yeah,
It's the
right.
same sort of thing.
Oh, just the front
just
one.
a fake thing to put on the front of the car.
Yeah.
Except that they do it as a part of car culture if they want to have like a European looking style in the car. Like I said, normally it goes on European cars like Volkswagen, BMW, those cars. But this is a Ford Fusion. It was like the most
Yeah.
confusing thing I could see.
It's also like in Ohio, you have to have front and back plates, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. They just changed
changed
that.
You don't have to have a front
Yeah.
plate
Oh,
anymore.
did they really?
Yeah.
Because I just drilled holes in my new Malibu to put a fucking plate on the front.
Just get something fun on there now. You don't have to have a front
Yeah,
license
right.
plate
You
anymore.
should put truck nuts on the front. Put 4 truck nuts on the front.
Nuts on the front.
On the front. I mean, your nuts are in the front.
Yeah.
Why would you put it in the
Why
back?
would you put them on the back
Right.
of
Why
your
would
car?
Idiots.
Idiot.
Well,
Guys,
'cause-
my nuts are on the front.
well, because you have to.
Good old front nuts, Dave Dragowski.
Well, the truck nuts are on the back because you got to have something for your beer gut to slap against while you're fucking the tailpipe.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Good old front nuts, Dave Dragowski.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Front nuts Dragowski.
Do you guys know about the Ray car? You have to, right?
The Ray
Ray car?
It's the car that Ray Charles drove in the movie Ray.
No.
Without great success.
Yeah, he failed miserably. Ray Charles couldn't drive a stick shift. Just couldn't do it.
No.
You get it? Because he's blind. Like you wouldn't be able to drive an automatic because
Right, because he's blind.
You get it
Oh,
right.
I thought you were making a black joke.
No. Oh,
Yeah, no, because that's how that joke usually goes.
Yeah, that's, yeah, right. Why couldn't Ray? Yeah.
right.
Why couldn't he drive? 'Cause he was black.
This is a horrible joke.
It's for Helen Keller
And we're all laughing.
because she's a woman.
Yeah.
So the Ray car is an Austintown legend.
Okay.
It's a vehicle. I can't remember what make or model it is. It had tape all over the sides, fluorescent tape going down the side and down the door and at the bottom of the door, and made out of duct tape the name Ray written on the driver's side.
Yeah, I remember that.
I believe the other side also had his wife's name, which
yeah.
might have been Deb or
I can't
something
remember.
like
Yeah.
that. But both sides of the car clearly labeled for reasons. I don't think anyone really ever gave me a good answer as to why. I haven't seen it in a very long time. I used to see it around when I was in high school, like 2005.
It's been a long time. Now I'm
Remembering
about
Ray's
Ray.
car.
but wait.
But wait.
Sorry.
But wait.
But wait.
I have a lot of both.
But wait.
Same.
So yeah.
The donk culture.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
This is the worst show.
It really is. This is the shittiest thing on the fucking internet. But anyway, Ray has not been seen in a while. I wonder what happened to Ray. That's my whole
He's
point.
dead, indebted
Dead
to the
killed
mafia.
him.
Super dead.
Super dead.
Well, I mean, think about it. The last time I saw that car, like reliably that I can remember, was 14 years ago.
Oh, damn.
He built a ramp and took his wife Deb and tried to ramp to the moon. And the last anyone saw him, he was going up into the stratosphere.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You did it, Ray.
It's beautiful.
You beautiful bastard.
Major Ray to ground control.
Major rated ground control.
Yeah.
Well, he met ground control not long after he tried to take off that ramp.
Yeah.
It was a horrible end for
Ray is alive and well on the moon, sir. You take that back.
I would love to know what happened to Ray. I would love to know. I love that he labeled both sides of the car. It's almost, I mean, like, he could have had a lot of reasons for doing that. But I sort of feel like part of it was, hey, I drive.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
right.
This is Ray's side of the car.
This is Ray's
Right.
car.
Deb, that's clearly
Deb's a
your
woman.
side of the car.
Deb doesn't drive Ray's
Deb
car.
doesn't drive Ray's
No,
car.
Deb don't drive this Ray car.
You know what it kind of reminds me of?
Don't you
It's
know
like,
who I am? I'm Ray. God
fucking
damn it.
it kind of reminds me of like a kid like markering his toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he knows which ones are his or
It's like
whatever.
labeling your lunch so no one else takes
Yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah, don't lick Ray's car.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna beat you up behind the Dairy Queen after school.
But I don't know what happened to Ray.
Then he's gonna fuck Deb in the back.
I forgot about Ray.
Well, it's hard because, you know, they can't go to opposite sides of the cars. They have to fuck, like, perfectly
Yeah, right.
across the parallel of the car.
Okay, you don't want her on his side.
Right, no. But Summer Ray is probably going to end up on Deb's side.
And motherfuckers act like they forgot about Ray.
Yeah, so that's Ray.
That's Ray.
That's Ray. I'm trying to think of any other, like,
It's
Ray
gonna be
noteworthy-
Ray.
Ray and
noteworthy
Deb and
vehicles.
M.
Yeah. Deb and M.
I saw something very weird once on the freeway, and I wonder if I can find it. I don't remember exactly what it was. I want to say it was like a big truck with like an apple on the top or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
I want to see if I could. I want to see if I can actually find this.
Oh,
you guys
man.
can talk about something else.
What about
while-
that?
Talking about
What about
something else. while Dave searches
that
on his
picture
phone.
that was going around some years back of that truck on the freeway hauling a giant Eddie Murphy head. Because that was for that. What was that movie where he's like a smaller version of himself living inside himself?
Oh, big.
Yeah.
Guys, I found it, and it's weird.
Downsizing, starring Matt Damon.
It's weirder than I thought,
I'm
guys.
fucking Matt Damon.
The Nutty Professor.
This was a giant truck
The
labeled.
nutted professor. I'm sorry. Keep going.
This is a giant truck labeled oversized load, and the closer I got to it, I was figuring out what it was because I couldn't figure it out. It is an enormous fake potato. Do you see this?
I can see it,
It's
yeah.
a gigantic potato.
What made you so sure it was fake?
Right?
Well, there's no way this is a potato. First of all, it's chained to the truck. I feel like no matter how big a potato is or how strong a potato is, those chains are going to dig into the potato.
But
It didn't.
What
You know-
are you just gonna haul a potato without any kind of restraints?
I think,
Right?
I think it actually. Okay, so apparently, hashtag Big Idaho Potato is a thing. You can visit on Vine.
Fine.
Yeah, or
or not
Facebook,
for
Big
Vine.
Idaho Potato Tour. It's a real giant fucking potato. It's not a real potato.
How do you know it's not real?
You
potato?
don't
Did you
know.
go to the website?
Are you like a big potato truther or something?
No, it's.
I'm not a big potato
I'm just
denier
saying,
if you're calling me that.
there's no way for you to know for sure that that's not a real potato.
I want to believe.
This is the hill that we're gonna die on, Dave.
I'm actually picturing the "I want to believe" poster
I'm not
from
saying that it's
X-Files with a
but it's
potato
a
on it.
potato.
Oh man, we should start selling that at merch.3dudestore.com.
Yeah.
Get your merch here.
Get your merch here.
giant fucking potatoes.
Listen, I'm not saying that it's not a real potato. I'm saying that you can't prove that it's not a real potato.
I did not.
I
step
dare
out of-
you to prove that it's not a real potato.
I did
saying-
not inspect the potato. I will admit I did
I
not.
feel like this issue is no small potatoes.
Just let that hang in the air
Yeah.
like a stale fart.
All right, we'll just mash it up here. All right, we
Yeah,
we
right.
gotta move on.
Hang on by the skin of our teeth here. But you know, speaking of like TV shows and stuff,
Hey, Dave,
I'll
when, you,
tell you what I think.
when you saw that truck, did it peel
I'm
out?
gonna walk out of this room. I swear to God. Why must you do this to me every time?
it's getting really dicey in here.
Oh my God.
Are you like baked or something?
Oh my God.
Don't be so
Guys,
sour.
Seriously, I think he's getting fried. All right,
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
guys, he's scalloping out of the room.
I'll just be right back when you give up on this stupid shit.
So yeah, cars. Yeah.
Yeah,
So like
anyway,
speaking of like TV shows, like what are your like favorite cars from like movies and like the ones that you always think about?
Well, obviously the Aston Martin DB5 from Goldfinger
Sure.
with the
Yeah.
the bullet cover in the back, the ejector seat.
Yeah.
Did
you see
In
Skyfall?
the front. I sure did
Oh,
see
yeah.
Yeah,
Skyfall.
and then like the way they made that come back in that movie was so fucking
Oh, yeah.
cool.
yeah. Fucking A.
Super
Yeah,
sharp.
that was a really well done, callback to that. I really appreciated that.
The Mustang from Bullet,
Oh fuck yes,
the greatest car chase scene
greatest
ever
car
filmed.
chase scene
Yeah.
ever filmed.
Do you feel refreshed?
I do. I fetched a beer. Everything's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry,
Hey,
we didn't mean to fry you.
hey, this spud's for you.
You guys are the literal fucking worst.
Legumes.
It's a potato.
Whatever. Fuck it. That's fine.
You got to spend some more time on YouTubers. Learn a bit about your root vegetables.
Okay, I really like that one.
No, but obviously the DeLorean is of
sure.
course
Oh,
one. Actually, it's
We're
like
talking about our favorite fictional cars.
this is a movie. This is a.
I mean, the DeLorean was a real car, but
it's a
not-
real car, but not the way they use it.
Right.
It could never actually go 88 miles an hour.
No, that's true.
they almost couldn't. But yeah, actually, not too long ago in Youngstown, I saw a DeLorean driving around, and it was made out to look like the one from Back to the Future.
Yeah,
that's so
which is
cool.
really really cool.
Yeah. Very unreliable vehicle, right?
Horribly unreliable.
It wasn't so much unreliable as it just wasn't powerful. It was
Yeah.
like it was made to be a sports
Sure.
car, but they put basically a Toyota engine in there to power it,
Right.
and it was just like
It was just a fancy Celica.
yeah, it was made out of stainless steel, so that made it a lot heavier as well. But it looked fucking rad, dude.
Yeah, that's the thing. Inarguably an
Yeah.
awesome looking car.
You know,
Inarguably.
Honestly, there's a lot of in like the aftermarket for DeLoreans. They put a lot of them. They put Corvette engines in there to make it
Yeah.
faster. And so like there's a lot of aftermarket for that car just because it is so cool. And actually, that car company in general has a really weird story of like
Yeah.
the FBI getting involved in
Yeah,
like
right.
tax fraud and shit.
Yeah, there was only like a certain amount of it, like 7,000.
They only made it for 3 years.
Yeah, right.
Oof.
And before the company went under because John DeLorean just didn't pay his taxes or something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't he a
and-
Clevelander too?
I don't
I think he was from
Yeah,
Avon Lake.
he was local.
I think it was from Avon Lake.
Fun times in Cleveland today.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was from Cleveland, which is interesting. I mean, it's I don't know. You can't say too many car companies were started in Cleveland, Ohio.
Right. Well, and not many of them lasted.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was undeniably a very cool car that was not
Yeah.
a very good one. But I mean, Back to the Future, one of my favorite movies of all
Oh,
time.
of course.
And
And
had a-
iconic. Like, that's
Oh, yeah.
super fucking iconic.
yeah, super.
Super,
So
super.
fucking iconic.
So fucking, but the fucking, how about the Charger, the 1969 Charger from Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh, 69, nice.
Nice.
Nice. You mean
Again,
isn't that the General Lee?
the General Lee, yeah. Like, again, but like the wrong color.
Fucking big ass rebel flag.
Yeah,
on the
right.
roof.
But like,
Right.
I feel comfortable driving that.
no, it's the wrong color. You don't get the orange, you get plum crazy purple.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, right? Like,
Dude,
if you're
for-
going to do a
for
Charger,
sure.
plum crazy purple or lime green with the black leather seats.
Charger.
Yeah.
I don't really even know it that
Charger
well.
damn near killed her.
Okay, I'm gonna sound like relatively basic here, but I will say
Well, that's not surprising.
right. But when my Cruise got destroyed, and I had to have a rental vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
I was driving around the brand new Chevy Impala. I really fucking
Oh,
like
yeah, they're
that
nice.
car.
Here's the thing about cars these days. New cars are all really
They're
nice.
all awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
like the technology has changed so much in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Things that were like very expensive options or only available on luxury cars are available on base models now.
Well,
Yeah,
here's a great example. The law is just now finally phased in that every car. I think maybe it was like a couple of years ago, maybe even.
It was, 2 years
every
ago.
every car has to have that reverse camera.
Yeah.
That is a thing I thought I would never own in a car.
Right.
And now, if I buy a new car at any point forward, it will have one
Yeah,
objectively.
right.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's cool. Yeah, it's very cool. You know what's the coolest version of that is? That's pretty new. And like I think only Cadillac is doing it right now.
Yeah.
So they have made the mirror in your car
Yeah.
the screen that you use for the reverse camera.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it'll like illuminate, and now you're seeing the. Wait, what?
So like here's the problem with a lot of SUVs and larger cars is that the mirror, like it only works so well because you have such a large car behind you.
Yeah.
Maybe you have kids in the back seat blocking the rear view.
Right.
So instead of just having a regular mirror, they have the backup camera showing on the screen at all times where the mirror is. So you're able to see a much wider view behind you.
Yeah.
You can turn on things like night vision and stuff like that.
So in practice, it's probably really nice, but I bet it'd be really, really weird because you're used to leaning
yeah.
left to right and
Right.
seeing slightly more one way or the other.
Or you're used to like seeing yourself in it and things like that. So
Yeah.
it is totally different.
Yeah.
But and you know, according to law, you have to be able to like you have to switch between the standard mirror and that screen.
Oh.
But like it is a really cool invention that is like pretty new in the car industry, and I would love to see like catch on like the
practice.
reverse camera did, because like it makes so much sense.
Here's something you might be interested in, because I know that you are interested in Android Auto.
I am.
And I just got an Android Auto unit.
They're very nice.
Apparently, very recently, today was the first day of Google I/O for this year.
Okay, yeah.
And they announced that there's going to be a overhaul to the UI of Android Auto.
Good.
So finally, the standard 5 buttons at the bottom is going to be replaced by a smaller sort of like app tray or something like that.
Okay, cool.
You'll be able to pull up a list of all apps that are relevant to the
thank God.
thing instead of going like specifically into the music thing and having to find like the
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
music thing. So I don't know when it's coming. I think they said in the summer maybe.
Morty.
But it is Morty.
Sorry.
Mortimer, please.
Mortimer.
No, but seriously, like I love having Android Auto in my vehicle.
fucking rules.
It really is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Morty.
It is funny now, like because if you drive around with it often enough, it'll like basically, because this Google keeps track of where you're going.
Yeah. That's not weird at all.
It's not weird at all, but it is really funny now because I've been hanging out with you guys a lot more often lately. I will get in my car and it'll be like, "Hey, do you want to go to Dave's place?"
That's funny.
Oh, only
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, it's like Best Buy,
Yeah.
my mom's house, and then your house.
For some reason, it's always telling me to go to Save-A-Lot to get groceries.
Oh.
And I know I go there a lot, but it's
Yeah.
always like, hey, Save-A-Lot's only a couple minutes away. And I'm like, I know.
It's also weird how it suggests like the navigation to the places you go all the time.
Yeah, right.
And at the times you go to them. That's the thing is,
Yeah,
it knows not
yeah.
just like that you like to go to this place, which happens to be where you work, but
Yes.
also that you tend to go there at this time these days.
Exactly. So it won't pull up your house on days other than like Sunday and Tuesday.
Right, like it develops a sense of your pattern.
Yeah, right. Which is it's kind of scary, but also like
Yeah. You
that's-
hear that,
that's actually-
NSA?
It's actually kind of convenient. I kind of don't hate it. Yeah.
So
I think-
we
Are we
probably ought to
getting to
round it
the-
out, but does
Yeah.
anyone have anything else they want to say about cars? Because I feel like we only just scratched the surface. And once again,
You
I
don't
think
want to
this
scratch
is
the
wanna-
surface of the car.
I want us to.
You shouldn't scratch.
I
the
think
surface of
Larry the
car.
Cable Guy got robbed for Best Supporting Actor as his role as Tow Mater,
the truck from Cars.
the buck-toothed
Wait, was
tow
his
truck.
character's name actually named Tow Mater?
Tow Mater.
Ah, no,
Tow Mater.
that's horrible.
Yeah, you have to know that
Yeah.
forever now.
It's as horrible as you would expect for a character voiced by Larry the fucking Cable Guy.
I thought
Positively-
Mater was just bad enough on its own. Now
Yeah,
it, like
it's Tow Mater. And Larry the Cable Guy here, just reminding you to worship Satan and drink the blood of the infidels.
666 420. I'm out. Bye.
Get her done.
you know, you say Tow Mater, I say Tow Mater.
I
Let's
would
call
like
that whole movie off.
You say potato, I say potato.
And that potato is fucking real, Dave.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
it's not
definitely
real.
real.
It's real to
potato.
me.
It's super not real.
Don't take this away from me, Dave.
Okay, fine. It's real.
I would like to take a moment to remember the many cars that have been destroyed in the sake of stunt work, but especially the most drawn out and cruel car death in film, the dude's car from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
In the eyes of an angel.
It went through all that abuse only to end up torched at the hands of the nihilists.
So sad.
Spoiler alert.
It had a poop
Dude,
in it.
spoilers.
Yeah.
It got
It got pooped in.
pooped in. Got burned when the dude dropped his J in
got-
between his legs
yeah.
and crashed into a pole.
It got pooped in. It got,
Somebody hit it with a tire iron. Yeah.
I fuck you.
yeah.
I fuck you.
got smashed.
That's what happens
in.
when you find a stranger than Alps.
It crashed on more than one occasion, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he had a dumpster.
Well,
and
they
he also
finally
hits-
did it. They killed my fucking car.
Speaking of cars getting destroyed in movies, I do just have to quickly mention my favorite car chase scene of all time.
Okay.
And that's in Blues Brothers.
Oh
yeah,
legendary.
The whole scene at the end of the movie where there's 1,000 cop cars. They call the fucking National Guard.
Yeah.
It is the greatest car chase scene in all of cinema history.
They actually destroyed those cars.
They actually destroyed those
actually
cars.
destroyed those cars.
So much wanton destruction. It is fucking hilarious to me. It's one of my favorite movies, coincidentally, and yeah, that car chase scene is
We're on a mission from God.
it is so over the
love-
top.
I love that
It's so perfectly over the top.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
Back
really-
from before Dan Aykroyd was like like stone cold crazy.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
making his own vodka.
Well, at the time, John Belushi was stone cold crazy. He was high on cocaine.
Yeah, he never
literally that
stopped.
entire movie.
Right,
Same
right.
with Caddyshack, for that matter.
Yeah.
Every single
Dan
person.
Aykroyd freaks me out now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's an odd bird.
Yeah, he's like isn't he like a weirdo conspiracy theorist and like
Yeah,
he-
like and
someone
like,
red pilled Dan Aykroyd.
well, like, but like less in like the Alex Jones vein, I think, and more in like the like Lost Continent of Mu and all this kind of shit.
yeah.
And Atlantis, which is totally real.
Yeah, and may or may not be the same thing as Lemuria
Or El Dorado.
or El Dorado.
You weren't there. You weren't there,
You weren't there,
Dave.
Dave.
That's
You weren't hanging out with us that time.
Yeah, you
Oh, okay.
you bailed.
You abandoned us.
Sure.
Pussy.
You're a bad friend.
How dare you? I just don't want you to be mad at me.
Chris said that El Dorado sank beneath the ocean.
Yeah,
or no, that
Atlantis.
and that Atlantis was made of gold.
Yeah, Atlantis was made of gold.
Like,
that
no,
was
that's
it.
El Dorado.
I told Trisha, because I've been on this thing where I just keep telling her, like, you can't prove to me that Atlantis, same like with the potato.
Yeah.
So you can't
You
prove
can't
to me.
prove it.
Atlantis was real. And she's like, it was not real. I'm like, no, it was definitely real.
Well, no one can prove a negative. That is the basis of like rational thought. You can't prove a negative.
Yeah. You wouldn't download a car.
Well, then why are
Hey,
you
nice.
why are you persecuting me for my potato-based beliefs? Then
Yes.
I'm Irish, goddammit. Let me have this.
Sure. I apologize. It was bigoted of me. You are free to worship that potato as you see fit.
Praise be to the giant potato.
Praise be to the Son of Potato. Anyway,
Well, it was so good to hang out with a couple of spuds and talk about.
The giant potato that controls the weather, and you can't prove to me that it doesn't.
All right.
It also knows what color underwear you're wearing. You can't prove to me that it doesn't.
Can't prove it.
Can't prove it.
all right, now you're just sounding starch
Starch raving man.
starch raving man.
Take that back. There you go.
We got there.
We got there.
I think
right.
it's time to take a break before Dave kills himself.
Before I break a pen in half.
We'll be right back with smoking and drinking.
All right.
We
stick
got
around.
there. We got there. Full circle. Greetings and konnichiwa. This is your old pal Crawdad Tanaka. Here to talk to you about my brand new teriyaki sauce. Crawdad Tanaka's down-home Southern-style Connecticut-based teriyaki. Made right here deep in the bayous of Hartford, Connecticut. Whenever you want to get something nice and tasty on any of your local foods, you just head on down to the grocery store, find yourself the Asian aisle, and pick yourself up some of the best goddamn teriyaki you ever had in your life. Goes great on just about any of your favorite Asian style foods, like French onion soup, hot dogs, macaroni and cheese, dog food, apple pie, takoyaki no osaka, and tortellini. And available just in time for Christmas? Pick yourself up some of Crawdad Tanaka's famous gift baskets. Crawdad Tanaka. Teriyaki so good, it'll make your sensei commit Sudoku. Teriyaki sauce so good, it'll make you vomit into your old dog's mouth. It'll make you jizz your fucking balls off. It'll make you raw dog your sister. It'll make you ascend to a higher plane of existence and wipe out the unworthy. Bonsai, partner! A Roger Sick Bastard sauce. He's like thrusting back out.
You should test your mic. too,
There's
Dave.
blueberry
Yeah.
cobbler
Okay, good.
flying behind him. It's just like, it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, this is this dude just fucking jackhammering this younger guy in a pool full of blueberry cobbler. Are you not? You're not recording this, are you?
I figured I should get this for posterity.
Get it? Posterior.
Nice.
One of the weirdest things I ever saw on the internet.
Is this the recommendations portion?
Remember that famous "I Love the Fishes" video?
Oh yeah.
Just two Japanese women, one of whom is cramming minnows into
Yeah,
the
into
other
her-
woman, and then she shoots all the minnows out.
Yeah. Hilarious. There's another one of those with eels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, except it's like 6 businessmen.
Okay, like businessmen makes
Yeah.
the thing like so funny.
And a funnel. Just like, you know.
Oh my god,
Hilarious.
You remember there was famously what was that? Oh, what was that? Okay, so before it was, gosh, what was the one that was like just 3 old dudes in a bathtub?
Oh, that was Lemon Party.
Lemon Party.
Lemon
They
Party.
were in
Party, yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
It wasn't a tub. You're thinking of Tub Girl.
Yes.
No. I'm thinking of Lemon Party.
Right, but you're conflating it with Tub Girl.
No, I'm not. I was thinking about that.
Oh, okay. Well, they weren't in a tub, is my point.
I thought they were standing in like a shower.
They were
they're
not.
No, they're in bed.
They're in bed.
Oh, all right.
They're old. They gotta lay down.
Yeah, right.
It was
So
like
we can't
between
have
all-
a lemon party without a little dick.
Yeah.
We-
One of my favorite 30 Rock jokes. Britt Levin's father blissfully unaware of what a lemon party is.
That's right. I forgot about that. That is brilliant. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Oh, that show's so fucking good.
Yeah, it is actually.
Speaking of things that are good, we're on to the recommendation portion of the
Yay!
podcast.
Thank
That's
you,
a fucking
host.
segue.
Brilliant segue.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So hard right now.
Oh, great segue.
So, shit. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, Ben, what would you like to hear Chris talk about? Recommendations.
You know what? You spoiled it by glancing over at him before you said his name.
Okay.
I'm going to recommend a movie that you can actually watch for free on YouTube because it just exists on YouTube. Somebody uploaded it to their YouTube channel and you can watch it
Okay.
for free.
What is
for
it?
Free.
For free.
It's a movie called Beyond the Mat. It was released in 2000 and it's
In the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
it's a movie basically about the wrestling industry as it stood between the years of like 1998 and 2000, the year of release.
What's the title again?
Beyond the Mat.
Okay.
And it's this guy with a camera crew walking around backstage in Vince McMahon's WWF during for part of it. That's what it is. Like following around like Mick Foley,
Yeah.
famously when he like shortly after the Hell in the Cell match.
Yeah.
Where he like gets totally fucked up.
Where he almost fucking dies.
They follow him like entirely through the one of the greatest matches I've ever seen, the Rock versus Mankind I Quit match.
Oh, yeah.
In which The Rock handcuffed him and hit him in the head with his chair 11 times and actually gashed his head open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it follows that. It also follows Jake the Snake Roberts, who at the time, who is now like thankfully clean and sober and very healthy. It followed Jake the Snake Roberts, like slowly after having already lost control of his life and hit rock bottom, like addicted to crack, straining to have a relationship with his adult daughter. Yeah, it follows all this horrible stuff. It follows like these guys trying out for a spot in the WWF. It shows Vince McMahon in his insane mania. Actually, it shows the audition for a wrestler by the name of Darren Drozdoff, who was famously paralyzed in an in-ring accident, which is in a file at WWF headquarters, like on a videotape that says "Never destroy, never copy, view, or destroy." Because they won't release it to the public. But yeah, so it shows his like entry tape. It's just a great behind the scenes kind of thing about the world of wrestling and how like brutal and horrible it can be at times. Follows Terry Funk, who's like at the time the movie was made, was an already old school, old guard wrestler with like no knees, struggling to like separate himself from the business because he can't bring himself out of it. It's just a really, really interesting watch. It's like an hour and a half long, and it's worth it because you get to see like that was like peak time for wrestling, like late 90s into the 2000s, and it's just a really interesting like behind the scenes view of it and what it does to the people who like dedicate their lives to it, good and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth a watch, totally free. It's entirely uploaded on YouTube. Beyond the Mats.
That seems like
Interesting.
of all things, of all industries and all ways of earning a living, that has to be the one that is the most different from the way that people perceive it to what actually happens behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be the biggest exception, like what is being portrayed to you is so different from the reality of making the sausage, right?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it's you watch some of this stuff, and you hear some of these stories, you feel like bad, horrible for some of these guys because they just,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
you know, they work all but like a month out of the year, like they're on the road, like hammering the shit out of their bodies.
Yeah.
And it takes a toll on you, you know, and it's no wonder that so many of these guys A, die early, and then B, become addicted to drugs, painkillers.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
They die and then they become addicted?
no, god damn it.
Well, you know, things happen a lot of ways, Chris. I don't know. Can you prove it doesn't happen that way?
Yes, because they never mind.
Audience is now deaf.
That was beautiful.
Wow, this is like the most unlistenable thing on the fucking. I think I would rather listen to just a series of wet farts than this podcast. Seriously, how does anyone unlistenable garbage?
So Ben, finally, would you like to hear Dave's recommendations?
I would.
What? Your fake outs, you gotta vary the fake outs. Sometimes you gotta
know.
go to him and be like, "Yes, Ben."
I just can't. Like just go, Dave.
All right.
please.
Okay.
I think I'm broken. Finally.
I talked to you guys a little bit about this last night. I watched the premiere of HBO's Chernobyl series.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with Chernobyl to a degree that is probably weird.
And yet you haven't played Stalker yet.
And yet I have not played Stalker. Or whatever, Metro, which is kind of like a similar like nuclear apocalypse kind of thing, right?
Sure, but Stalker has the benefit of taking place in Pripyat.
Yeah, right.
Sure, but stalker is what they labeled me as when I went to court.
It's officially the label appended to me because I follow women around.
In Pripyat.
So, weird. Weird flex, but okay.
What is it called? Is it just called Chernobyl?
It's called Chernobyl.
Okay.
It's the premiere episode is an hour and
It's
20
about
minutes.
Nagasaki.
It's about 3 Mile Island.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do your thing.
No, it's an hour and 20 minute long premiere, I think, something like that. Might be a little bit shorter. I'm not sure. So it follows basically one of the lead sort of engineer type investigator guys, who the night that the Chernobyl incident happens, he's called in something like 5 hours later to begin to assess the damage and the cause and all of that. And the whole premiere episode is mostly centered around that. This is not a spoiler. It happens in the first 5 minutes of the episode. That guy is seen sitting and dictating into a recorder what actually happened, right? So we can presume that basically what he's talking about is the events of the show, right?
Yeah. Bookending
Yes.
itself.
He takes the tapes outside. They're wrapped in paper. All these tapes he's recorded into, and he stashes them in the alleyway while a guy watches him from the street. He's clearly under surveillance.
Yeah.
Goes back inside, hangs himself.
Oh, damn.
That's the beginning of the show.
Okay.
So so that basically the show centers around the ruinous things that have happened to him ever since he basically was the guy to be honest about what happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a really good show. The thing is, like, there's a lot of things you know about Chernobyl if you have any kind of like inclination to research them, but seeing them depicted, the sort of I guess the human angle of some of the grotesque nature of what radiation does to people,
Yeah.
and how little people understood at the time. The pride and egos involved, where no, this is fine, everything's okay, let's just proceed. Call the fire brigade. We'll just deal with this. Not really confronting the massive damage of
Well, yeah,
the event.
let's just deal with this nuclear holocaust localized in this area.
Right. Yeah. You got this guy with a mustache going, just call the firemen and call the first shift, by the way. Call the first shift in. You know, he's like basically call the next guys. They're going to come in and work. Like, we're going to move on schedule kind of thing.
Holy shit.
I don't know that is necessarily true, but it made for great TV. So it's a really cool show. I'm going to keep watching it.
Do you know how many episodes they're going to be?
What's that?
Do you know how many episodes are going to be?
No idea. It's a mini-series event. It's not
Traditionally,
a full series.
when HBO does a mini series, it ends up being 8 episodes.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Historically, like the night of, which I thought about recommending, but because I rewatched it recently, but I think I already recommended it once on the show. That was 8. I sound like a fucking idiot now because I can't remember the other one I was going to say. But traditionally, their miniseries are 8 episodes long.
Yeah, I assumed 4. 8 would be great. I would love to watch as much of this as I can. I told you guys already it has the guy that plays Maester Lewin in it, which is really interesting.
Yeah. Cool.
The king names his uncle Lord Tywin Lannister. I'm sorry, I've been walking around doing that all week long because I watched that episode.
That's different Maester.
That's Pycelle.
Oh, that's Pycelle.
yes.
Yeah, Mr. Lewin was at Winterfell.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh.
Yeah, was at Winterfell.
Oh,
bitch.
it was. Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch.
Recommend. It's good. And then side recommendation, really small one. I started watching Big Little Lies because I was really interested to see if it's good.
Yeah. My wife is like into that show.
My wife.
wife. Butt funnel.
I watched basically 3/4 of the first episode. Didn't quite finish it. I think it's very good.
It is. It's super intriguing. Everybody seems to love it.
It's also set in like a really specific place. It's like this really rich Californian kind of culture of I think they're in not Ventura. I can't remember exactly where they are, but it's like this thing of like people with a lot of money and the subtle ways they humble brag their way through their existence with other people and like the clout that they try to
Same.
project in the world. And so all of this is sort of surrounding a murder.
Has it.
Anyway, it's very interesting. I'm going to keep watching it. I think basically because we saw a preview which suggested that in season 2, Meryl Streep is going to be on this fucking show.
Yeah.
So I'm in.
Yeah. America's goddamn sweetheart.
Yeah.
Meryl
America's
Streep.
best actress. Period.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that she's going to be on it, I'm like, okay, I have to see this.
Yeah. Ben, didn't I have to bring this up because you brought up Chernobyl. Didn't we talk on this episode? I'm so fucking stupid.
Why? Why am I so stupid?
Did we talk on this podcast a while back about how there's an element that is only at the site of the Chernobyl?
No. So we didn't talk about this on the show. We talked about this upstairs. One of these instances, but the element you're thinking about is astatine.
I gotta write that down.
Which is it's an element on the periodic table. It only ever appears in areas of intense radioactive energy and fallout, and it's estimated by scientists that at any given point, the amount of astatine present on Earth can fit into a standard spoon.
Whoa.
And not only that, but if you are within a few feet of enough astatine to be seen by the naked eye, you will die of radiation poisoning in minutes. It's that radioactive.
Oh my God.
The half-life it has is about what did I say? Like 8.5 hours. It's got like an 8.5 hour half-life, after which point it decays into lead.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's intense.
The dog hates this news, by the way.
Yeah,
He kinda hates everything.
dog's not a chemistry fan.
That's crazy.
I had no idea.
Huh. Well, on that note, Ben, do you have any recommendations for this time?
I do. I want to recommend something that I rediscovered in my downtime.
Masturbation.
I'm
done. I'm sorry.
On my lunch break, I discovered on Monday. I was reading a bit Monday night, and wanted to recommend today. It's if it'll come up on Google if you search for it. It's this old entry. It's a series of entries in a LiveJournal blog, and it's entitled 2,500 Things Mr. Welch Can No Longer Do During an RPG.
What?
This is just a running list of this dude keeping tabs on what his friend would do during tabletop role playing games.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And there are
Now I get it.
There are 2,500 items.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Just to give you the first few, number one is cannot base characters off the Who's drummer Keith Moon.
Fucking Keith Moon.
I'm fucking Keith Moon.
Number three, there is no gnomish god of heavy artillery.
Oh man, I love this.
Number 10, just because my character and I can speak German doesn't mean the GM can. Number 49, not allowed to blow up the Death Star before that snotty farm kid gets his shot.
Oh my god, this is brilliant.
Number 87, there is no such thing as a dwarven katana.
There's 2,500 of these.
There's 2,500
That's
items in this
brilliant.
list.
Oh, man.
Split into, I believe, 5 parts, each consisting of 500 items.
Do you have any idea how long he's been maintaining this list?
Wait, let me see when the post date was.
Because I'm very interested to see if this is like a decade or more long.
This has been up since 2005.
Yes!
Whoa,
Wow.
holy shit.
Happy 14th anniversary.
I love the idea of a D&D character based on Keith Moon.
That's item number 1.
Yeah.
That's so. That's so
Gnomish god of artillery. So good.
Number 269, my character
Nice.
cannot hear the soundtrack.
Okay, so this is his list of all the things the DM has told him he can't do.
No, this is no, these are things he's made this guy agree to.
Oh, okay.
Essentially.
Okay, I get it.
That's awesome.
Number 275, I must remember at dinner time, rock is not a dwarven delicacy. Number 276, I must remember at dinner time, log is not an elven delicacy.
This guy sounds like a lot of fun to hang out with, but just awful to play D&D.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Brutal.
Number 283, I have been assured with total certainty that Ralph is not a Japanese name.
Okay, what is this called again?
This is 2,500 things Mr. Welch is no longer allowed to do in an RPG. Number 316, my character is not allowed to commit suicide 5 minutes into the campaign. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and there's 2,500 of these. They go through a bunch of different tabletops. As you may have surmised, the Star Wars tabletop is a big one. There's a tabletop called Paranoia, which seems to involve things like corporate espionage and like hacking in with your brain and things like that.
That's sweet.
Yeah, there's a few things other than D&D in here. But they're 340. I cannot start the game married to another player character without their consent.
Wow. Where is
That's
this posted, by the way?
excellent.
This is on LiveJournal.
Oh,
This is
my God.
These are a series of LiveJournal posts that start in 2005.
Christ,
wow.
I hope somebody is backing these all up.
They better be.
That's outstanding.
324. I cannot start the game pregnant.
Dude, I really want to read all of these now.
Yeah, so do I.
It's very good.
It'd be a pretty big read, but I think it's worth
Oh
it.
yeah. It's like when I'm
Yeah, it's a good read. Like I said, I started reading on my downtime on lunch, and it's really, really silly.
Nice.
well, I would like to make a recommendation.
Would you?
If you would be so willing to.
I think it's probably about time to wrap up the
let's
episode,
call it.
actually.
It's time for us to talk about what we're smoking and drinking.
Just crossed over the 2-hour mark, so I think we're just going to have to stop
Anyway,
now.
so I would like to recommend this show on Netflix. It's called I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson.
I have been seeing that popping up.
It is a comedy show, and it's a sketch show basically, but it is delightfully insane, and I really really enjoy it. I think you all would get a big kick out of it because
Okay.
it's,
I think
it's like
should
right up
leave.
our right up this
Alley?
group's like
Right up our buttholes.
Right for buttholes. It's going right up the butthole.
It's right up our nifkins.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like a sketch show. Every episode's pretty short, like 18 minutes. There's not very many of them, so you can knock it out in an afternoon.
What would you liken it to as far as its like comic sensibility? Like, is it just really absurd?
It's a shade under Tim and Eric.
Okay.
So it's not like quite that insane.
right.
So it's like Mighty Boosh light.
Sort of, yeah. I can say that.
I dig
it. It is produced by Lonely Island, so
okay.
yeah.
That tells
So
me
it-
all I need to know.
We got it.
It is definitely that sense of humor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. It's really really funny. I watched it all in an evening and enjoyed the hell out of it. So I think you should leave with Tim Robinson.
Lonely Island got a pilot for a show years ago, and then the show didn't get made. I can't remember who produced the pilot, but there exists out there somewhere like a pilot that you can actually watch, I think, for the Lonely Island show. The fact that didn't happen is probably a huge tragedy, but the fact that they're like making something with these guys is
dude,
great.
I love everything the Lonely. I love everything that Lonely Island does.
Yeah, so do I.
Like Pop Star, Never Stop, Don't Stopping is so good.
Okay,
It is an underrated. Like I don't know how that movie didn't just like conquer all. It was so good.
I've listened to their Jack Sparrow song more times than I care to admit.
yeah, that's really great.
the Michael Bolton one.
Yeah.
This is the tale.
So everything they do is fantastic.
Johnny
so.
Depp, giant squid.
Right.
Keira Knightley.
Yeah, they there's a number of sketches they did in particular for SNL that I really really like, but I think one of my favorites is probably Boombox.
Yeah.
They did that with Julian Casablancas, and for some reason the running gag is every verse ends up coming around to boiled goose.
Oh yeah.
So weird.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
It's like they're like talking about the Big Apple where people never dance, and then it's like street peddlers, whatever, peddling their boiled goose.
Right.
It's like that's not a thing.
It is totally that brand of
That's
humor
really
where
funny.
it's just like throwing
Okay.
these really weird
Like
things.
Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Like Hot Rod.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I like there's a I think my favorite sketch out of all of them, I think it might be in the first or second episode. There's a baby beauty pageant.
Oh god.
Mr. Show did this.
Yeah, but like there's like a woman in the crowd like shouting obscenities at one of the babies, like "You fucking hack! You're the worst, baby!" Like, and like one of the judges has to confess that he saw one of the other judges receiving oral sex from one of the parents of one of the babies.
one
before
of
the contest.
Jesus, you just freaked
No,
everyone out.
yeah. From the parents before the contest. And it's
Christ.
they also have an in memoriam section of the show of like former contestants that have gone on and then died, and then like they have all the contestants have these like really stupid like baby names that they use for the show. So it has like these pictures of all the old people with their baby names and then how they died. You have to watch it.
This sounds incredible.
It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. There's only like 6 episodes. Like I said, they're fairly short, so you can knock it out in an afternoon.
I'm really glad you said this because I am fairly picky about what the sketch comedy I watch because like there's a lot of good sketch comedy.
Yeah.
but like
a lot of shit too.
there's a lot of shit
shit,
sketch comedy, and there's only a handful I think of like what I consider the top of the mountain sketch troupe. Like there's probably like 5 maybe.
Sketches
I
like
won't put it up there with those, but like
Sure.
I watched the trailer on Netflix because it auto plays the trailers and
Yeah.
whatever. But I watched the trailer on Netflix and I was like, all right, this seems like it would be my style for sure.
Yeah,
And I really enjoyed it. So I think
Sounds
you should
great.
leave. I think you should leave,
I think you should leave.
or I think you should go. It's one of those. It's
It's I think you should leave.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So did we learn anything?
Oh
tonight?
yes, we did.
Yeah, we
Is
did.
there anything that we've learned?
I learned that we're good for nothing but stealing bits.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
I learned
accurate.
that even Boston fans can be self-aware.
Yes. Oh yeah. All right.
I learned that I want a vanity plate that says "Live to Poop."
Or is it poop to live?
Some people approach it differently. I'm
Right.
a guy that lives to poop.
Okay. That's fair.
I learned that jerking your brain off is quite often the exact same thing as just jerking off.
Yeah, actually, anything you do to your body, you're basically doing to your brain.
Yeah.
I learned that your surrogate dick should sparkle like hell.
I learned to fear big data. like 15-foot tall Data.
That's good.
I learned that oftentimes the MVP is the post.
That's right.
The post is very frequently
Oh, yeah.
the MVP.
MVP.
I have a lot of Dave heavy learnings on this. I learned a lot about you.
Okay.
I wrote that Dave has never seen Fargo for one.
Yep. True.
Oh, you just want me to go through them all? I can. If you'd like.
I figure they feel like they're part of a series.
Yeah, I wrote Dave has never seen Fargo. I also wrote old front nut Stragowski.
They're on the front.
Yeah. And then I wrote Dave can't prove that potato isn't real.
That's true.
You can't.
But you can't prove it is.
You can't do that.
I learned I should probably never put my grubby fucking mitts on Ray's car ever.
I learned that I shouldn't lick Ray's car.
Oh, definitely don't lick it.
Don't lick
don't
it.
lick Ray's car.
Yeah, I also wrote, guys, my nuts are on the front. Silly. I wrote two guys fucking in a pool of cobbler.
Oh yeah. Thanks for recording. Like of all the times you've recorded early on my conversations that I don't know about,
Is this the one that you hate the most?
you picked the one where I'm talking about the weirdest possible thing in like graphic
Hey,
detail.
don't cobbler shame those boys.
I'm not cobbler shaming them. I watched all 4.5 minutes of that and laughed my ass off.
It was only 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
surprisingly.
For those, you
I
guys,
hope you didn't pay for that.
you guys missed the first part of that story. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
but
probably.
it was an old website that when I was like a kid, I found. It was called sickfetish.com.
I remember this.
And there was a video that I found of like two homosexual men.
Okay.
You can't presume that they're
presumably.
homosexual.
Presumably. Presumably.
Just because one man slides inside another man's asshole.
Oh, he
doesn't
wasn't
make him
sliding.
homosexual.
He was driving. But they were having sex in like a big inflatable 12-foot pool of
Yeah.
blueberry cobbler.
Yeah.
And like it starts with like this guy like on his back in this pool of cobbler.
Which
with
is a
his-
great place to be.
With his knees up to his shoulders, and then like the camera turns on, and you see that, and the guy walks from behind the camera and just starts doing the other guy. Fucking hilarious.
Cobbler.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I learned that someone red pilled Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, definitely. Without a doubt. That definitely happened.
Yeah.
I learned that I, for one, welcome our Google overlords.
Yeah, same.
I wrote, this won't scan, you bet your sweet astatine.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
That worked.
Oh, hey, we completed the Three Dude Sauce trilogy
Yes,
tonight
we
too.
did.
Yeah.
Yes,
we did.
The Sauce Trilogy.
We got
Hope
lost
you,
in the
hope you
sauce.
enjoyed that sketch, guys.
the Sauce Saga.
Yeah.
A story minutes in the making.
Presented by our sponsor, Roger Sick Bastard,
Thank
who
you.
has
Thank you so
way
much,
too
Roger
much money.
Sickbastard,
Thank you,
for
Roger.
sponsoring this podcast.
May you,
Keeping the lights on, feeding my unborn children.
may you continue to rest
So that you
easy in the
might
bosom of
feed
Satan.
those children to other unborn children.
When you say feeding your unborn children, do you just really
Don't
mean
look
feeding,
too far into
like
it,
feeding
Dave.
you
Don't look too far into it.
and the sperms inside of your body
Don't
that are
think
not
about
children
it
yet?
at all.
All right. I won't. Let's stop thinking about it.
Thank you.
Well,
Is that an episode?
I think that's
is that a
episode.
show?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This was great. We have never had someone host this show before that wasn't one of us.
Yeah,
You did
yes,
a
we have.
great job.
well, you know,
I think Alec hosted it.
Alec hosted.
Did he host or was he? No, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, yes. He just didn't have a middle thing.
Christy
But he
also
hosted.
Christy also
hosted.
hosted.
Oh, shoot. That's right.
What are you talking about?
We've been doing this all season, haven't we?
What are you fucking talking
See,
about?
this is what happens when we do 5 episodes in 4 months.
we need to fix that problem.
Yeah.
We need to fix that
We've
problem.
done-
somehow.
Stop going out of town on Tuesdays, you guys.
We've done 1.25 episodes a month.
It's been.
Think about that.
It's been.
Yeah,
And I know I'm on most of them.
yeah.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Yeah. So we need to do this more, so I remember what the fuck we're doing here.
Anyway,
So in 2 months, we'll see you again.
Yeah, right.
on
We'll
the
see you
3D.
again in October.
Thank you, as always, for listening, guys. Whoever you are and why ever you do it,
Why do you do it?
I don't get it.
That voodoo that you do so well.
So good. All right.
We'll be back next week when, I don't know, like someone will host. Ben, I think, maybe?
Probably Ben.
probably me.
Yeah, it's Ben.
It's
Ben.
Ben.
It's me.
All right, guys. See you next time. Thanks again.
We hate you. Bye-bye. None of us like you. Stop listening to the show. No.